All right, folks, welcome to this Total Media Sports broadcast here from Veterans Field in Wellston, Ohio for this non-conference matchup between the visiting Southeastern Panthers and your hosts, the Wellston Golden Rockets. We're getting ready to get started here, folks. We're getting the coaches' umpires meeting pregame right now. But before we go to break for the anthem, I want to hit some pregame stuff with you guys. Again, you're watching this on Total Media Sports. My name's Carter Witt. No partner tonight. Mr. Frisbee couldn't make it for the evening, so just me tonight. But the Golden Rockets are coming into this one with a little bit of momentum. They had a pretty big win on Tuesday evening at Ironton playing the St. Joseph Catholic team. They won that one 10-3. Got out to a pretty hot start to start that game. Doing a really good job of getting ahead and staying ahead. The Golden Rockets in the very first inning in that game, as the away team put up 7 runs in the top half of the first inning. They ended up with 11 hits on the night, only committing 2 errors in the field. So some of the keys to winning that I've talked about on every broadcast I've been a part of. 11 free bases. So the Golden Rockets did a good job of that on Tuesday night. So congratulations to the Golden Rockets in that non-conference game, taking home a big win against St. Joseph Central Varsity, 10-3. In that game, Braxton Ingles went 3 for 4 with an RBI, and so did Dalton Barnett. He went 2 for 4 with an RBI. Braxton Ingles also pitched in that one. He threw a complete game, only allowing 5 hits, striking out 5. As for Southeastern, the Panthers, this is our first time seeing them this year. They hold a 10-7 record, and so far this week, they've won a game, they've lost a game. They won at Huntington earlier in the week with a final score of 2-1, and then they lost just the other night to Paint Valley. That was an away game, 2-3. So this one should be a fun night. It's chilled down a little bit here, folks. Starting to get a little colder than I anticipated. I'm only in shorts and a t-shirt. So hopefully the sun comes out and warms up for this beautiful evening of Wellston Golden Rocket baseball. So coming into this one, the lineup, whenever we get to the Golden Rockets lineup, it's going to look a little different than it has for the rest of the season, really. For the we've had a little bit of a lineup, and the reason that is because we've got a couple students for the Golden Rocket baseball team who are actually participating in a national leadership conference for Business Professionals of America. Those students, a couple seniors, a couple big-time players that will be absent tonight for this one. But they were also away for the game on Tuesday night when the Golden Rockets brought home that 7-run victory. So we'll see how this one fares tonight. You'll notice a couple names missing and a couple names showing up a little bit more so far this year than they have before. But that's the lineup for tonight. That's what we're going to get ourselves into here shortly. The wind's blowing, which is making it just colder than it was before. Hopefully, like I said, the sun comes out. Other than that, the wind blowing, getting a little chilly. It's a beautiful evening. Can't complain too much about it. So before long, we'll be throwing out the first pitch in this contest between the Southeastern Panthers and the Wellston Golden Rockets here from Veterans Field. As this coaches meeting with the umpires comes to a conclusion, they will announce the starting defensive lineup for the Golden Rockets, followed by the anthem, and then we'll get started. So until then, we're going to take a break and hear a word for some of our sponsors here pregame. Like I said, you're watching on Total Media Sports. I'm Carter Witt. We'll be back for the first pitch.
Hello, I'm Dustin Jackson. I'm a catcher. I'm a senior for the Wellston baseball team. On behalf of Wellston High School baseball and softball, I'd like to thank our Golden Rocket Diamond Club Gold Level sponsors for supporting our season.
Hi, I'm Maisie Wyatt, a senior. I play third base, and I'd like to thank Young's Mechanical Installation.
Hi, my name's Maddie Childers, senior, and I play catcher, and I'd like to thank the Wellston American Legion.
Hello, my name's A.J. Urban. I'm a senior, so I play second base, and I'd like to thank Jerry's Do It Center.
Hi, my name is Mason Stevens. I'm a senior. I play first base, and I'd like to thank Jackson Brothers Construction.
Hi, I'm Carson Rapoco. I'm a senior, play center field, and I'd like to thank Carlisle Insurance.
Hi, I'm Riley Long, senior, play third base, and I'd like to thank General Mills.
Hi, I'm Reese Lewis, senior. I play third base. I'd like to thank the Sons of America League.
Thank you to all of our Rocket Diamond Club Gold sponsors for supporting Wellston baseball and softball.
In Wellston, every baseball and softball season begins with a promise. A promise to show up, hard work, and represent our Rocket community with pride. But behind every swing, every pitch, every young athlete, there's a team you don't always see. The Golden Rocket Diamond Club makes it all possible, providing gear, equipment, field support, and opportunities for every player who wears the blue and gold. This is Total Media Sports coverage of Wellston baseball and softball, proudly presented by the Golden Rocket Diamond Club.
Good people bring good people.
At Buckeye Construction and Restoration, it's the foundation of our projects and our company. What started in a garage with 2 people and a dream now employs over 100 with offices locally in Wellston, Waterford, and Cincinnati. VCR, preserving our history with the hands of craftsmen.
This factory has walls, but there's no ceiling.
Here, my ideas matter.
Join a team where you can use your unique talents to grow both personally and professionally. Apply today at beliciofoods.com/careers. That's BELLISIO foods.com/careers.
Big plays, big smiles, and unforgettable moments. Capture them all with Corinne Janet Photography. From Rocket game nights to senior portraits, family sessions, and special events, book your memories with Corinne today.
Come see the friendly faces at Gas and Stuff in Hamden for great deals on your favorite stuff. Gas and Stuff offers a wide variety of scrumptious hot and fresh pizzas and subs.
Don't worry if you're watching your calories.
They also offer crisp cold salads. And don't forget about your favorite Ohio lottery games. Gas and Stuff, convenience with a smile.
Built on hard work and hometown pride, Keith Mannering Trucking proudly supports local schools while delivering dependable hauling and trucking services throughout our community. Give Keith a call at 740-418-4295. If life throws you a curveball, you don't have to face it alone. For local experienced legal representation, call Lori Silcott Ousley, attorney at law, 740-384-1900. Win or lose, we all deserve a treat. Celebrate Rocket baseball and softball with something sweet from Newkirk Bakery. Grab fresh baked favorites and our fun canned drinks for the whole team. Newkirk's Bakery, the sweetest stop in Wellston. Don't strike out on dinner. After cheering on your team, swing by the patio Grubs and Subs for hot, fresh pizza the whole crew will love. Now that is a game night win. Come see us at 114 South Ohio Avenue.
Ohio Valley Bank President Larry Miller.
I started working at Ohio Valley Bank 36 years ago, and it truly is a family atmosphere. It's more than just the bottom line numbers. It's about the people. Woody Hayes is famous for saying you win with people, and that's exactly right. People are the difference maker, and I'm proud to serve alongside of them. Here at Ohio Valley Bank, we cherish our employees because they really do want to make a difference in their communities. Why would you bank anywhere else?
At Ryle, we believe your education should be personal, affordable, and full.
All right, folks, and we're back here at Veterans Field, getting ready for the first pitch here in this contest between the Wellston Golden Rockets and the Southeastern Panthers. Starting on the mound tonight for the Golden Rockets, number 4, the sophomore pitcher, Elijah Lung. And as for Elijah Lung's season so far on the mound, you cannot complain too much from a young pitcher like Elijah Lung. As for poor performances, I can really only think of a couple of innings, and he's second in innings pitched so far for the Golden Rockets. But before we talk more about him, let's go through the starting offensive lineup for the Southeastern Panthers. So leading off for the Panthers tonight is going to be number 18, the right fielder, Cosby. Following him, hitting in the 2 spot, number 11, the catcher, Baxter. And then hitting in the 3rd spot, number 3, the shortstop, Cheadle. So those are the first 3 for the Southeastern Panthers that we're getting ready to see. And then following Cheadle, hitting cleanup tonight for the Panthers, number 4, the pitcher tonight, Burns. Following him, number 8, the second baseman, McWhorter. And then number 6, the third baseman, Huff. So there's the middle part of your lineup for the Panthers. And then the latter half of the lineup, number 10, the first baseman, Brown. Number 9, the left fielder, Welch. Number 7, the designated hitter, Kessler. And the designated hitter tonight is hitting for the player who wears number 12 with the last name Oates. We're unsure of his position just yet, but we'll get to that as soon as we can. Your defensive arrangement tonight for the Golden Rockets to start this one. Like I said, Elijah Lung is going to start on the mound tonight. Catching and calling the pitches is going to be number 20, Aiden Fenwick, another sophomore. And then over at first base, you're going to see Mason Stevens where he's been all year. Dalton Barnett is over at second base tonight. We'll hop on over to third base where Reese Lewis gets the nod tonight as a starting third baseman for the Golden Rockets in Ryland Long's absence. Like I said, there are a couple students who are on a national leadership conference. trip to Nashville, Tennessee. So Rylan Long's one of those students. So Reese Lewis gets the start tonight at third base. Braxton Ingles going to be your starting shortstop. That's for the outfield. Kyson Witt in left, Carson McCorkle in center, and Grayson Seitz in right field. So not much has changed in the outfield. So the only two students and players that you won't hear about tonight are Rylan Long and Justin Jackson. We wish them the best of luck in their competitions in Nashville, Tennessee, and hopefully they can bring home a piece of hardware for the Wellston High School BPA chapter. So without further ado, we're getting ready for the first pitch here. Wellston Golden Rockets against the Southeastern Panthers. First meeting of the year between these two teams and the only meeting that they will have. Elijah Long, the starting pitcher. Cosby up to bat. Starting in right field, wearing number 18. First pitch he sees is going to be missed outside for ball one. So first time around the lineup for the Southeastern Panthers. I'm interested to see how this fares. I don't know too much about the Panthers. And it looks like Cosby's going to start his team off with a base hit into center field. So the second pitch he sees is a fastball that looks a little elevated in the zone, and he definitely doesn't miss it. He squares that one up nice and hits a line drive into center field. And so the Panthers' first batter reaches safely by way of a single. So to start the top of the first inning, Cosby, the right fielder, wearing number 18, is on first base, and that'll bring up the catcher, number 11, Baxter. Anyway, as I was saying before, Cosby's hit there. I don't know too much about the Southeastern Panthers. I never really played against them a whole lot when I was in school, so I can't really tell. So then, first pitch swinging is Baxter. He skies one into center field, and Carson McCorkle is going to be under that one to make the play. So pretty aggressive ball team so far as Baxter flies out to the center fielder, Carson McCorkle. So there's the first out of the game. Cosby remains at first base after the fly out from Baxter. So now we'll take a look. It looks like I might have made a mistake in my lineup pregame because this guy's wearing number 4. So it should be Burns here. I hope I've got that right. Nonetheless, Elijah Long's first pitch misses down low into the dirt. Good stop there from Aiden Fimick, the catcher. Aiden Fimick's only been a starting catcher a couple times this year, and that's usually whenever Justin Jackson is pitching. So Aiden Fimick getting the starting catching job tonight. Catching and calling pitches. Long's second pitch misses high this time. So if he finds the middle of those last two pitches, he'll be right in the zone. Long working from the stretch. His delivery there was right in the middle of those two pitches. Maybe a little in on the hands, but it's fouled off by Cheadle. That pitch from Elijah Long there misses inside. So now it's 3-1. Sorry, folks, for me being quiet. I'm trying to figure out who's up to bat. I believe it's Cheadle. Could be another name that I'm unfamiliar with. Regardless, he faces a 3-1 count as a 3-hole hitter, and he sees another pitch that finds the zone. So now it's going to be a full count here to the hitter, who I can tell for sure is wearing number 4. So the full count. Cosby still over on first after his leadoff single. Long delivers the payoff pitch. It's grounded to the right side. Fielded by Dalton Barnett. Kind of bobbles it. He's going to have to go to first base instead of taking the out at second because of that bobble. But regardless, the hitter is retired. So Cosby moves over to second base on a fielder's choice, but the out is made at first. So 2 down now here in the top of the first inning as Cosby makes his way over to second base. So now hitting is going to be number 3. And this should be Burns, who's also the starting pitcher tonight for the Panthers. So I think I maybe just had the numbers mixed up. So the first pitch to Burns is going to miss a little high there from Elijah Long. He's going to start him off 1-0. Hitting cleanup tonight and also pitching is Burns. Cosby's at second base. Got a pretty decent lead out there. Long's second pitch finds the zone, and he bounces back with strike number 1 of the at-bat, which evens up the count at 1-1. Again, Cosby takes a sizable lead at second base, and he gets a couple extra. Lung comes set from the stretch. His delivery swung on and fouled right into the mid of Aiden Fenwick. So now it's going to be 1-2, and Elijah Lung has an opportunity to get out of a little bit of a stressful situation here at the top of the first inning with the leadoff batter at second base. Lung holds a 1-2 count over the hitter Burns. His delivery's fouled off out of play back behind the concession stand in the press box. So Burns so far is the cleanup hitter, doing a pretty good job of staying in his at-bat. He faces a 1-2 count, one strike away from ending the inning and allowing the Golden Rockets to hit for their first time. Wearing number 3 is Burns tonight. Lung comes set, another 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Burns looked at one down in the zone, decided not to swing, and he gets rung up on it. So the Golden Rockets escape without allowing that runner in scoring position to come all the way around to score. Elijah Lung strikes out the final out of the inning. So we're heading to the bottom of the first. No score in the top. We'll be back right after this.
Here, you're part of a community that supports your success in the classroom and beyond. And now, there's even more to be a part of, with new traditions and new energy taking shape.
I want to invite you to see what's possible when you learn at a place where everyone knows your name and cares about your future. At Rio, it's all about you, your goals, your journey, and your success, and we can't wait to be a part of your story.
Big games require big energy, and Health Watch Good Delights and Meal Prep keeps you fueled all week. The weekly menu drops every Monday on TikTok and Facebook with pickups on Sunday at 806 Diggs Road in Wellston. Healthy made easy. True fans know that success in baseball is all about tradition, dedication, and loyalty. These same qualities are important to Lockhart Insurance Agency. Give us a call at 740-384-2020. We would like to help evaluate your insurance needs and recommend the best coverage from the best companies.
All right, folks, and welcome back to this Total Media Sports broadcast here from Veterans Field. Wellston versus Southeastern. Southeastern gets the runner in scoring position in the top of the first inning. But Elijah Lung says, no way, Jose, you're not scoring. Strikes out the third out of the inning, which would have been Burns, the pitcher. Speaking of Burns, the pitcher, he's the guy that's on the bump tonight for the Southeastern Panthers. He's wearing number 3. I think I might have said he was wearing number 4 pregame. That's what the roster said, but I have confirmed that Burns is wearing number 3 and Cheadle, the 3-hole hitter, is wearing number 4. So a little mix-up there on my part. My apologies. Glad we got that figured out quickly. Your offensive arrangement tonight for the Golden Rockets, Braxton Ingles, as always, leading us off. He's playing shortstop. And then following him, Dalton Barnett, and then Mason Stevens, the first 3 up for the Golden Rockets. Following him, Kyson Witt, the left fielder, then Aiden Fenwick, the catcher, and Carson McCorkle in the center. And then Elijah Lung, the pitcher, Reese Lewis, and Grayson Seitz rounding out the Golden Rockets lineup here tonight. So, Burns on the mound, Ingles in the box. First pitch delivered, misses, high and out. Ball number 1 of the at-bat. Southeastern 10-7 on the year. 1-1 this week. Braxton Ingles, second pitch of his at bat, grounded over to the right side, which is going to be the second baseman. Scoops it up and makes the play. So Braxton Ingles goes down after grounding out to the second baseman, McWhorter. So Braxton Ingles, the leadoff hitter for the Golden Rockets. Grounds out. Saw a couple pitches, not too many. Liked the feel of the second pitch he saw. Unfortunately, maybe got a little on top of it. First pitch to Barnett misses. Ball 1. And comes back with another strike, so Dalton Barnett fouls that one off. So far the same pattern for the first 2 Golden Rocket hitters. They saw a ball and then they swung. So, playing aggressive tonight, which is understandable. They put up a set piece in the top of the first inning at Ironton St. Joe on Tuesday evening. And so now pretty early in this game, we're going to get time called. And the catcher is going to go out and talk to the pitcher for the Panthers. Catching tonight for the Panthers is going to be Baxter. So you got Baxter and Burns, the battery, for the Panthers tonight. So Baxter must have saw something he wanted to talk to Burns about. Took his time, went out there and talked it over. So now we'll get back to more baseball. Dalton Barnett steps back in with a 1-1 count. Burns working from the windup, throws it a bit high on that one, so he's going to miss again for 2-1. Dalton Barnett, another sophomore, a very young team this year for the Golden Rockets, and he's played a pretty big part so far. Burns comes back with another fastball that misses high. So it's going to be 3-1 now to Dalton Barnett. Second hitter of the night for the Golden Rockets. Burns comes back after that 3-1 with a fastball that swung on and missed. So now it's a full count. Dalton Barnett looking to get something started here in the bottom of the first inning after the Panthers went scoreless in the top. Payoff pitch, 3-2, swung on, fouled off. And the catcher Baxter almost hung on to it, but Dalton Barnett got just enough of it to keep his at-bat alive. Wind's blowing. I think everybody's chilly. The 3-2 from Burns out of the windup misses low. So Dalton Barnett does indeed become the first Golden Rocket base runner of the evening after his one-out walk in the bottom of the first inning. So that'll bring up now the first baseman. He's a senior, wearing number 24, Mason Stevens, who's hitting in the 3 spot tonight. A little bit of a difference for him. He's usually around the 5 spot, hitting after the cleanup guy driving runs home. So he gets an opportunity now here in the bottom of the first inning with a runner on first. Burns is working from the stretch now, and he misses low for ball 1. So Burns struggling to find the zone here early. Typically, when a pitcher goes from the windup to the stretch, they start missing high because their arm can't catch up with their leg. But Burns starts off low, and then he comes back, makes a good adjustment, and finds the strike zone. And now it's 1-1 on Mason Stevens, the senior first baseman. The 1-1 pitch to Stevens. He swings at it and misses. So now it's going to be 1-2. Dalton Barnett staying put over there on first base. 1-2 count to Mason Stevens. Burns comes set, delivers, misses, down and in, so it's going to be in 2-2 now. From a pitcher standpoint, that's not a horrible pitch. That down and in pitch is something that a lot of left-handed hitters like to chase at. But it's also a dangerous pitch because it's also a pitch that a lot of left-handers like to hit pretty far. So Mason Stevens will call time in the box, regather his thoughts and emotions as he faces this 2-2 count in the bottom of the first inning. 1 on, 1 out. Burns delivers, breaking ball. Mason Stevens goes down swinging. So a good pitch there from Burns as he comes back with a curveball. That's in that same spot, down and in. Mason Stevens gives a little bit of chase to it. Can't quite make contact, so he'll go back to the dugout here for the second out of the inning with a strikeout swinging. So a good defensive at-bat there from the pitcher for the Panthers, Burns. And now that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, number 5, Kyson Witt, hitting in the 4 spot tonight, which is unusual for him as well. He's usually a little lower, just like Mason Stevens. So, as you can tell, in the absence of Justin Jackson and Rylan Long, everybody's moved up a spot, which is good, getting some of these young guys a better opportunity higher in the lineup. So the first pitch of his at-bat after the unsuccessful pickoff attempt from Burns finds the strike zone. So Kyson Witt will face an 0-1 count here to start his first at-bat of the night. Dalton Barnett still over at first base. Hasn't made any attempt to run. He's been held accountable there after a couple pickoff moves from Burns. Burns comes back. That looks like a breaking ball that's hit, and it's off of the glove of Burns. So Kyson might have an opportunity to make it safely, but he's not going to be safe. Burns does a great job of recovering after that ground ball was deflected off of his glove. Makes the play. So the Golden Rockets can't quite get one across either. So Dalton Barnett stranded over at first base after Kyson Witt's ground out to the pitcher, Burns. We're through 1 complete. No score here so far. You're watching on Total Media Sports. We'll be right back for the top of the second inning.
For firearms, ammunition, military surplus, or survival supplies? Lock and Loaded Outfitters in Wellston has you covered at 107 West Broadway Street in Wellston. Open Monday through Saturday. At Southern Ohio Smiles in Jackson, they're proud to support our local athletes. Offering general dental services and implant dentistry, they can help your smile be strong on and off the field. Call 740-577-3230 or visit them at 41 East South Street in Jackson. For excavation done right, trust Thompson & Son Excavation and Hauling. Proudly serving our community with dependable service and free estimates. Give them a call at 740-577-5577 or 740-577-1302. Teamwork, dedication, and sacrifice. The same values we see on the field are values held by our members of the VFW Post 9092 of Wellston. Proudly serving veterans, their families, and our community, the VFW works every day to honor those who served our country, Through local programs and community support, Post 9092 of Wellston continues to make a difference, honoring service and supporting our community.
All right, folks, welcome back to this Total Media Sports broadcast here from Veterans Field. Golden Rockets versus the Panthers, and so far through one complete inning, no score here from Veterans Field. So starting off the top of the second inning for the Panthers will be the shortstop, wearer number 8, McWhorter. He'll lead off the Panthers to start the second inning. Elijah Lung back up on the mound for his second inning of work. Did a good job in the first inning, escaping that situation with the runner in scoring position. So his first pitch of the second is hit high in the air. This is going to be into a little bit of a right center field. And Carson McCorkle, the senior center fielder, will call off Grayson Seitz in right field and say, hey, no worries, buddy, I got this one. So McWhorter goes down after one pitch, fly out to center to start this second inning here. So good job from the Panthers of being aggressive at the plate, but so far they haven't been able to make super solid contact except for Mr. Cosby, the leadoff hitter, who had a hard line drive into center field to begin the night. So that'll bring up now the third baseman, Huff. Lung's first pitch to him misses low for ball one. Elijah Lung working from the windup, nobody on base. Comes back, makes a great adjustment, finds the strike zone, evens up the count at 1-1. So Elijah Lung navigating really, really well so far on the mound. Let's see how he comes back. Around the same spot, but misses just a little bit outside. So instead of it being 1-2, it's 2-1. Elijah Lung can't quite sneak one after hitting around the same area. So the 2-1 pitch is line drive into left pretty hard. Kyson Witt starts running towards the baseball, and it's going to burn him. So Kyson Witt's going to have to run all the way to the fence to grab that one. And that ball was hit pretty hard there off the bat of Huff. So Kyson Witt, the left fielder, who's been pretty solid so far this season, decides to take a couple steps forward as soon as he saw the contact off the bat, which ended up costing him. The ball gets by him. And Huff ends up at second base, which will probably be scored a one-out double. So right back in the same spot they were in the top of the first inning. Runner on second. And now the hitter, number 10, it's going to be Mr. Brown. He's playing first base tonight for the Panthers. First pitch of his at-bat's fouled off for strike one. So after the double from Huff, Brown is pretty aggressive, trying to get that run home, trying to capitalize in a way that they did not in the top of the first inning. Elijah Lung comes back with a great pitch on the inside corner for strike number 2 of the at-bat, and Brown finds himself down 0-2 now after his aggressive swing on the first pitch. This would be a big out for Elijah Lung. You've already got one down in the inning. Runner on second, and picking up an out with keeping that guy at second base is going to be pretty big. So Elijah Lung comes back with a pitch that just misses the zone, and so now it's going to be 1-2. That looked like a slower pitch than normal, maybe a changeup, I'm unsure. But Brown gives no chase, so it's going to be 1-2 now. Huff, second base. Lung comes set, his delivery on the 1-2 pitch, misses just low, so it's 2-2 now. Good plate discipline on display from the first baseman for the Panthers, wearer number 10, Brown. So it's 2-2 now. Lung, one pitch away from falling into a full count. Let's see who decides to come back with. Huff at second base, taking his lead. Lung gets his sign, comes set. The 2-2 pitch on its way, and this is going to be hit very, very soft, and Elijah Lung is going to make his way over and field it. And so Brown is going to ground into a fielder's choice. So while that happens, Huff makes his way over to third base. Brown goes down for the second out of the inning after the 1-3 ground out. So now that'll bring up number 9, the left fielder Welch, with 2 outs and a runner at third. Only 90 feet away from putting the first run up on the board tonight are the Panthers. Let's see how Elijah Lung comes back after that fielder's choice. He got his out, but now the go-ahead run is only 90 feet away. So Lung still working from the stretch. His first pitch misses low to the left-handed hitter, Welch. Ball 1. And so there it is again, folks. You see that pitch that misses down and in. It's a pretty good chase pitch to throw to a left-handed hitter. But like I said, it could also be dangerous. Welch hitting in the 8 spot. Elijah Lung not thinking any danger. He just wants the out. Comes back with a great pitch on the outside corner for strike number 1. And now it's 1-1 against Welch. 2 outs here in inning number 2. Elijah Lung still working against this left-handed hitter Welch with a runner at third base. And this pitch is fouled off. And so now it's going to be strike number 2. So Elijah Lung ahead in the count now, 1-2. The last inning with a runner in scoring position, he struck out Burns, the cleanup hitter, looking to do the same here is Elijah Lung, this time with the runner at third. Picks up his sign. It's a 1-2 count, folks. Welch at the plate. Lung's delivery from the stretch. Swung on and missed. Elijah Lung striking out for the second time. The last batter of the inning getting out of a jam. So still no runs scored for the Panthers. Elijah Lung does a great job navigating out of that one. We're heading to the bottom of the second inning. Scoreless here from Veterans Field. We'll be back after a message from our sponsors.
A strong game plan. And every project starts with Wilson Excavating. For demolition needs or installation of underground water, storm, and sewer lines, call 740-357-8471.
Hello, I'm Dustin Jackson. I'm a catcher. I'm a senior for the Wellston baseball team. On behalf of Wellston High School baseball and softball, I'd like to thank our Golden Rocket Diamond Club gold level sponsors for supporting our season.
Hi, I'm Maisie Wyatt, a senior. I played third base, and I'd like to thank Young's Mechanical Installation.
My name's Maddie Childers, senior, and I play catcher, and I'd like to thank the Wellston American Legion.
Hello, my name's A.J. I'm a senior, so I play second base. I'd like to thank Jerry's Do-It Center.
Hi, my name is Mason Stevens. I'm a senior. I play first base, and I'd like to thank Jackson Brothers Construction.
Hi, I'm Carson McCokel. I'm a senior, play center field. I'd like to thank Carlisle Insurance.
Hi, I'm Riley Long, senior, play third base, and I like to thank General Mills.
Hi, I'm Reese Lewis, senior. I play third base. I'd like to thank the Sons of America League.
Thank you to all of our Rocket Diamond Club gold sponsors for supporting Wellston baseball and softball.
All right, and we're back for the bottom of the second inning here from Veterans Field. The Golden Rockets up to bat now after Elijah Lung strikes out the final hitter of the top of the second with the runner at third base. Again, props to Elijah Lung there for getting out of that one. After it was a little bit of a mistake from the left fielder there. He does a good job of keeping his composure and getting out of the inning. So leading off the Golden Rockets to start the bottom of the second, the catcher, we're number 20 tonight, hitting in the 5 spot, Aiden Fenwick. First pitch he sees is a fastball down the middle for strike 1. Burns back on the mound for the Panthers. Second inning of work, and he's in it pretty well so far. First strike looks pretty solid down the middle. Burns taking a while to get his sign. He finally gets it work from the windup. Second pitch, Aiden Fenwick swung on and missed. Another fastball looked like. So now it's quickly 0-2 to start the bottom of the second inning. Aiden Fenwick facing an at-bat pretty deep in the count. Burns, the 0-2 pitch, comes back. Another fastball, 3 straight. Aiden Fenwick goes down swinging for the first out of the bottom of the second inning. So 3 straight fastballs from the right-handed pitcher for the Panthers. Retires the first batter. So now that'll bring up number 13, the center fielder, Carson McCorkle. Looks like the catcher, Baxter, for the Panthers has a little bit of an issue with communication from the dugout trying to call pitches. So we'll see if that affects the game any. Carson McCorkle steps into the box for the first time. Burns from the windup misses high after throwing 3 straight to Aiden Fenwick. Starts off Carson McCorkle, ball 1. McCorkle in the box. Second pitch he sees ground over to the shortstop left side. Third baseman makes a diving play. He kind of knocks it down, but can't quite get up in time to make the throw. So Carson McCorkle will reach base safely. After the third baseman, Huff, for the Panthers, dove on top of the ball, which maybe was a little unnecessary as the shortstop Cheeto was right behind him. But nonetheless, Carson McCorkle still somehow, some way finding a way on base. Seems like every single time he's up to bat, he finds a way that's a little unconventional, but it works. Can't score if you're not on base. So Carson McCorkle over at first base. The pitcher now for the Golden Rockets up to bat, Elijah Lung. Burns for the Panthers makes a pickoff attempt over at first base, but Carson McCorkle's all on top of that one, and he dives back safely. So after the infield single from Carson McCorkle, we'll see what Elijah Lung can do to help himself out here with 1 out in the bottom of the second. McCorkle gets his lead, dugouts clapping. Cheering on Elijah Lung. First pitch he sees is going to be fouled off right behind of me, so it's going to be strike 1. Coach Josh Jackson back on third baseline tonight, coaching at third base. Hollers out a couple of numbers. And after he does that, you see a couple Golden Rocket players check their wristbands, so we might have a little bit of a play call here. Burns goes back to work after Elijah Lung fouls off the first pitch of his at-bat. And Elijah Lung squares the bunt, as he's going to foul that one off as well. So that was probably the play call there from Josh Jackson. So it's 0-2 now after Elijah Lung fouls back-to-back pitches off. He finds himself in a hole as well. Last time we saw a Golden Rocket hitter in an 0-2 count was Aiden Fimick, and he went down swinging 3 straight. So we're wishing for better luck for Elijah Lung. His 0-2 pitch is going to be a breaking ball that's down low, and it's swung on and missed. So 2 strikeouts so far for Burns, the Panthers pitcher, in this bottom of the second inning. And that brings up the third baseman now for the Golden Rockets, running number 27, the senior Reese Lewis. Reese gets to start over at third base tonight, hitting in the 8th spot. So he'll face Burns in the bottom of the second inning with 2 outs and 1 on. McCorkle over at first base. First pitch that Lewis sees is blooped over to the right side in foul territory, and so it's going to be strike 1. Burns gets ahead of another Golden Rocket hitter. That's a big part of being a pitcher, getting ahead in the count early, especially with runners on base. You know, working from the stretch. Maybe Burns likes to stretch more. Who knows? Burns comes back with a fastball. It's going to be right down the middle. So Reese Lewis now faces an 0-2 count. Swung at the first pitch. Watch the second one go by. 0-2 to Lewis. McCorkle over at first base with 2 outs in the bottom of the second inning. Burns from the stretch. Carson McCorkle takes off, but it doesn't matter because that's going to be strike 3 looking. Reese Lewis goes down, and Burns strikes out 3 batters in the bottom of the second inning and helps himself out big time, walking off the mound with 3 more strikeouts than he had before the inning started. So scoreless after 2. We're heading to the top of the third. The Panthers will be back up to bat, and we'll be back right after this break.
In Wellston, every baseball and softball season begins with a promise. A promise to show up, hard work, and represent our Rocket community with pride. But behind every swing, every pitch, every young athlete, there's a team you don't always see. The Golden Rocket Diamond Club makes it all possible, providing gear, equipment, field support, and opportunities for every player who wears the blue and gold. This is Total Media Sports coverage of Wellston baseball and softball, proudly presented by the Golden Rocket Diamond Club.
Good people bring good people.
At Buckeye Construction and Restoration, it's the foundation of our projects and our company. What started in a garage with 2 people and a dream now employs over 100 with offices locally in Wellston, Waterford, and Cincinnati. VCR, preserving our history with the hands of craftsmen.
This factory has walls.
All right, folks, welcome back to this live stream brought to you by Total Media Sports from Veterans Field. We're getting started the top of the third inning. Panthers 0 runs, Golden Rockets 0 runs. So far, it's been a pitcher's battle. Speaking of pitcher's battle, the pitcher for the Panthers, Mr. Burns, struck out 3 Golden Rocket hitters in the last inning. So he adds 3 more. Does a good job of navigating after that awkward infield single from Carson McCorkle. I'll tell you what, there's 2 things Carson McCorkle knows how to do. He knows how to get on base, and he knows how to catch a fly ball. So starting off the inning here for the Panthers is going to be the 9-hole hitter, Kessler. He's DHing tonight for Oates. So Elijah Lung starts him off with a strike. So he's going to be ahead 0-1. Comes back with a ball in the dirt. 1-1 now to Kessler, the designated hitter for the Panthers. Lung starting his third inning of work. Comes back. That looks like a breaking ball. It's going to miss just high. Couldn't quite break enough into the zone. So now it's 2-1 to Kessler. Wearing number 7 tonight. Lung comes back with a strike. Low and out. Perfect pitch almost from Elijah Lung. Evens up the count at 2-2. It's pinstripes versus pinstripes tonight. Panthers in pinstripes and the Rockets in pinstripes. The 2-2 pitch is fouled off over to the right side, so Kessler will get to see another one in his first at-bat of the night. And along with the pinstripes that the Golden Rockets are wearing, I see a lot of pink out there, so they must be supporting their mothers in preparation for Mother's Day weekend. I believe Mother's Day is Sunday, if I'm correct. The 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed from Kessler. Elijah Long strikes out the first batter of the Panthers here in the top of the third inning. Kessler goes down swinging for out number 1. That'll bring the top back up. The right fielder over number 18, Cosby, he had a pretty solid single in his first at-bat to lead off the game with a line drive into center field. That was hit really, really well. He squared that ball up pretty well. So Cosby making his way to the box for his second at-bat. Elijah Long trying to learn from it. His first pitch is a breaking ball that Cosby gives a half swing to. The catcher, Aiden Fimick, appeals to the field umpire, and the field umpire says, yes, sir, he wins. So that's going to be strike number 1. Cosby breaks the plane that the hitters are allowed, and it's considered a swing. So it's 0-1 now. Elijah Long comes back with the fastball. It's going to be at the bottom of the zone. Great pitch there again. So Elijah Long working that outer and lower part of the strike zone so far in the top of the third inning, and he's done a good job of it. 0-2 to the leadoff hitter for the Panthers. The 0-2 pitch misses low. 1-2. And that's not a bad pitch on an 0-2 count there as a pitcher. Cosby, the right fielder, 1-2 now, has seen, I think, a variety of Elijah Long's pitches so far tonight. So the 1-2 pitch, it's going to be missed out of the zone just by what seems to be maybe an inch. It seemed like a similar spot of the fastball to earlier in the at-bat. So it's 2-2 now. And so Elijah Long this time kind of gets off of his line and throws a ball down and out. So it's a full count now to the leadoff hitter for the Panthers. So Cosby, who started this at bat 0-2, now works his way to a full count. Base hit, ball 4 for the leadoff hitter, and it's going to be ball 4. So Elijah Long, after being up 0-2, throws 4 straight. And so Cosby reaches base safely for the second time tonight by way of a base on balls. That'll bring up the catcher, number 11, Baxter. So far tonight, he flew out to center field. And he's done a good job of communicating with his pitcher. We've taken a couple game breaks just so he can go out and talk to Burns, who's pitching tonight for the Panthers. So someone who seems like a solid leader of the baseball team, Baxter. He's facing a 1-0 count here in the top of the third. Elijah Long comes back with a breaking ball. It's in the dirt, so now it's 2-0.
Hey, drive hard. Let's go.
Elijah Long on the mound tonight for the Golden Rockets has navigated the first 2 innings well. Now he's down 2-0 to the 2-hole hitter, but he comes back with a strike this time that finds the zone. Good bounce back pitch there for Elijah Long, and it's 2-1 now. Cosby over at first base. He's already had his first at bat. He had some time on the base pass as well, so we'll see if he can get all the way around to score this time. Long comes back with a fastball, misses down and out, so now it's 3-1 to the catcher Baxter for the Panthers. And a walk in this situation is definitely not ideal. If you walk, you bring up the shortstop Cheadle, who's hitting in the 3 spot, and then the cleanup hitter Burns. So we'll see how Long comes back. The 3-1 swung on, missed. Baxter gives a little bit of a chase to a fastball that might have been high out of the zone. So good pitch there from Elijah Long to get the hitter swinging. Second full count already for this inning. Back-to-back full counts for Elijah Long. Walked the last batter. Cosby at first base. Long comes back. This one's lined over to left field. And I think it's going to be a foul ball. Umpire never really did give a solid signal. Maybe he said something and I didn't hear it. But I didn't see his hands go up. But it is going to be a foul. So Baxter stays alive. And that is the correct call. I saw it. It was a foul ball. I just want to be sure the umpire called it. Props to the umpire. So 1 out. Runner on first base. Cosby over at first base. Baxter at the plate. Full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Elijah Long set up on the windup. Does a good job of realizing that. Steps off back in the stretch. So good awareness from Elijah Long. He comes set. The 3-2 count for the second time. This swung on and hit far into left field. Kyson Witt giving chase. And that's going to be over his head and over the fence as well. So the 3-2 pitch is a fastball. It's elevated in the zone, and the catcher Baxter gets a hold of that one and hits a home run over the left field fence. And so the Southeastern Panthers here in the top of the third inning will jump to a 2-0 lead over top of the Golden Rockets after the 2-run, 1-out home run from the catcher Baxter. So you could tell that was probably on his mind because that foul ball that was over to the left side was hit pretty hard. And the exit velocity on that home run was also hit really hard. So good at-bat there from Baxter, working himself to a full count and then launching a rocket against the Rockets over the left field wall. So that'll bring up now the shortstop Cheadle. His first pitch swing, and I'm pretty sure he was trying to do the same thing. Skies it into center. Carson McCorkle gets underneath of and makes the play. So just like that, Elijah Lund comes back, and he picks up another out, second out of the inning. After the shortstop, number 4, Cheadle, flies out to center. So 2 down now in the top of the third inning. And I got to admit, I've been around this baseball program for several years, and I've never seen so many home runs hit in a baseball season than I have this year. I mean, we saw one. I might be able to catch this one, folks. Nope. Foul ball. Ooh, Aiden Fimick with great hustle slides into the fence, and it's going to be foul ball. So Burns, the pitcher, will be started off 0-1. Great hustle there from Aiden Fimick. We hope he's all right. Seems to be doing okay. Gets right back to where he needs to be. So props to Aiden Fimick. But anyway, like I was saying, I've never seen so many home runs hit in a high school baseball season. We saw one at Vinton County. Wyatt Channel hit a home run over the left field wall, and we saw a couple here at Veterans Field against Minford, including one of our own, Rylan Long, hitting a home run. And then we just saw one tonight. And I didn't get to make the trip tonight, but there were a couple home runs there too. So a lot of home runs so far this season. Burns grounds one over to the right side. Dalton Barnett scoops it up, makes the throw. Out number 3 is recorded. So the Panthers do put up 2 runs by way of a home run. Baxter, the catcher, 2-run home run with 1 out here in the top of the third. So that gives the Panthers a 2-0 lead over the Golden Rockets. Heading to the bottom of the third, Golden Rockets need to get something going after that momentum switch. We'll be right back after this break.
Here, my ideas matter.
Join a team where you can use your unique talents to grow both personally and professionally. Apply today at belisiofoods.com/careers. That's BELLISIO foods.com/careers.
Big plays, big smiles, and unforgettable moments. Capture them all with Corinne Janet Photography. From rocket game nights to senior portraits, family sessions, and special events, book your memories with Corinne today.
Come see the friendly faces at Gas and Stuff in Hamden for great deals on your favorite stuff. Gas and Stuff offers a wide variety of scrumptious hot and fresh pizzas and subs. Don't worry if you're watching your calories. They also offer crisp cold salads. And don't forget about your favorite Ohio lottery games. Gas and Stuff, convenience with a smile.
Built on hard work and hometown pride, Keith Mannering Trucking proudly supports local schools while delivering dependable hauling and trucking services throughout our community. Give Keith a call at 740-418-4295.
All right, folks, welcome back to the Total Media Sports broadcast here at Veterans Field. Golden Rockets find themselves now in a 2-run deficit against the Southeastern Panthers. And so if you missed it in the top of the third inning, the catcher for the Panthers, Baxter, had a 2-run home run with 1 out to give his team the lead. First runs of the game so far for either team, and that's a pretty exciting way to do it. So the Golden Rockets now have some ground to make up. Leading off this inning for the Golden Rockets will be the right fielder, Grayson Seitz. We're at the bottom of the third inning now. Burns back on the mound for the Panthers. Working from the windup, had a really good inning last inning. Struck out 3. Picked up all 3 outs by himself. Grayson Seitz, first pitch of his at bat, he swings and misses. So it's going to be 0-1. And the home plate umpire calls time, takes a look over into the Golden Rocket dugout. I'm unsure what the issue is. Maybe he was checking to see if shirts were tucked in. I see the Southeastern Panthers pitcher tucking his shirt in. Maybe that was the issue. Who knows? 0-1 to Seitz. He squares the bunt, but he pulls back wisely after the pitch misses down and out. So it's 1-1 now to Seitz. Grayson Seitz starting in right field tonight, a senior. And Grayson pregame also was the Golden Rockets senior who had the opportunity to honor a Wellston City Schools employee with the My Jersey Your Impact ordeal that the Golden Rockets have been doing this year for their seniors. So Grayson tonight chose his mother, a teacher at Bundy Elementary, to give his jersey to wear for the night. So congratulations to Grayson and his mom, Connie, who are we appreciate them with the Golden Rocket baseball program. So it's 3-1 now to Grayson Seitz. He gets one over to the left side. Third baseman, I believe that's Huff, fields it up smoothly and makes the throw over for out number 1 in the inning. So Grayson Seitz grounds out to the third baseman to start the bottom of the third. And that'll bring the top of the lineup back up. Braxton Ingalls, who grounded out to second base his first time around. Golden Rocket shortstop hitting from the left side. Burden's in the windup. First pitch misses down and in, ball 1. And going back to the My Jersey Your Impact conversation, that all that is a senior chooses, like I said, a Wellston City Schools employee who are who have impacted their life in a positive way throughout their academic career in Wellston City Schools. So like I said, Grayson Seitz tonight chose Connie Seitz. Congratulations to them both. Wish Grayson as a senior the best of luck in his future. As Braxton Ingalls skies one into the infield, and the shortstop comes over. That's Cheadle, and he makes the catch. So Braxton Ingalls pops out for the second out of the inning. So now that'll bring up the sophomore Dalton Barnett playing second base tonight. And it seems like every single time I've got him a headset for Total Media, I always talk about the age of this team because it's such a young team. It's all sophomores and seniors, really. The lineup tonight goes sophomore, sophomore, senior, sophomore, sophomore, senior, sophomore, senior, senior. So pretty young team. And opportunities for these young guys to develop, and because I mean they've got 2 more years to play. So in games like this, non-conference games toward the end of the year, you still want to win. I believe the tournament draw was either last weekend or it's going to be this weekend. So you still want to win games, but this is a great opportunity to gain some experience on a varsity baseball field, especially for most of these sophomores who didn't have any varsity playing time last year. Dalton Barnett, speaking of him, hits a line drive over into right center, and he'll reach base safely with a 2-out single here in the bottom of the third.
Mason, your turn. Let's go. Now batting number 24, Mason.
So just like that, right on cue is the sophomore hitting a single here with 2 outs in the the bottom of the third. That'll bring up now number 24, the first baseman, Mason Stevens, with 2 outs. Let's see what kind of damage we can get done here. First pitch misses low to Mason Stevens. Burns now from the stretch after the 2-out single from Barnett. Misses twice in the same spot. So we'll wait for Burns to make his adjustment going from the windup to the stretch, as it's now 2-0. Oh, and the third pitch of Mason Stevens that bad is in the dirt again, and Baxter can't quite come up with it. So Dalton Barnett advances over to second base. And so now, just like that, what seemed to be not a big deal because of the 2-out on the scoreboard, Mason Stevens has an opportunity to drive home a run after Dalton Barnett advances into scoring position because of the pass ball. And it's also 3-0 now to Mason Stevens. Left-handed hitter steps back in. The 3-0 pitch right down the middle. So Burns finds his adjustment, throws a strike. Now it's 3-1 to Mason Stevens. After the 3-1 pitch, Burns comes back with another ball that misses low. So a walk from Burns brings up the cleanup hitter, number 5, Kyson Witt. Mason Stevens with a 2-out walk extends the inning. So now there are multiple different outcomes of this one. We'll see what Kyson Witt gets going here in the bottom of the third. First pitch hits that bat, misses low again. So Burns trying to work low to the 3 and 4 hitters of the lineup for the Golden Rockets. And so far he's missed. Aiden Fenwick waiting on deck. 2 on, 2 out. Burns from the stretch comes again. Kyson Witt looks at another ball that misses low, and it's 2-0 with 2 outs. Wind's still blowing. A little on the chillier side. Burns again from the stretch. Big lead from Barnett. Kyson Witt takes a look at a pitch that finds the zone, so now it's going to be 2-1 to the sophomore cleanup hitter. Dalton Barnett at second base. Mason Stevens on first. 2 outs in the bottom of the third. 2-0 your score. Panthers on top. The 2-1 swung on and missed from Kyson Witt. So now it's going to be 2-2. And now Burns, despite falling behind 2-0, is 1 pitch away from getting out of this mess. Barnett still at second base. 2-2's your count. Barnett takes off. Kyson Witt looks at one outside. The throw over from Braxton is in the dirt. Scooped up by the third baseman, Huff. And the field umpire makes a long point over at Dalton Barnett and walks almost all the way over to third base and eventually calls Dalton Barnett safe. So Dalton Barnett picks up a stolen base, and following behind him is Mason Stevens. So now you really got to think, man, what's going to happen now? Kyson Witt, full count. Only down by 2. 2 runners in scoring position here in the bottom of the third inning. So something's going to happen here. The 3-2 pitch from Burns out of the stretch. Misses outside. Kyson Witt displaying some pretty impressive plate discipline, as that one might have been close, but he draws the 2-out walk. And so now the bases are loaded here for the catcher, number 20, Aiden Fenwick. Aiden Fenwick steps in, Burns back in the windup. Fenwick's first pitch is skied into center field. And the center fielder is going to get underneath of that one and make the play. I believe playing center tonight is going to be number 12, Oates. So the excitement is squashed. Burns does a good job of getting out of the bases loaded jam. Golden Rockets can't put any across. So we're heading to the top of the fourth inning. 2-0 is your score. Southeastern over top of Wellston. We'll be back after this break.
You don't have to face it alone. For local experienced legal representation, call Lori Silcott Ousley, attorney at law, 740-384-1900. Win or lose, we all deserve a treat. Celebrate Rocket baseball and softball with something sweet from Newkirk Bakery. Grab fresh baked favorites and our fun canned drinks for the whole team. Newkirk's Bakery, the sweetest stop in Wellston. Don't strike out on dinner. After cheering on your team, swing by the patio Grubs and Subs for hot, fresh pizza the whole crew will love. Now that is a game night win. Come see us at 114 South Ohio Avenue.
Ohio Valley Bank President Larry Miller.
I started working at Ohio Valley Bank 36 years ago, and it truly is a family atmosphere. It's more than just the bottom line numbers. It's about the people. Woody Hayes is famous for saying you win with people, and that's exactly right. People are the difference maker, and I'm proud to serve alongside of them. Here at Ohio Valley Bank, we cherish our employees because they really do want to make a difference in their communities. Why would you bank anywhere else?
At Rio, we believe.
And we're back here from Veterans Field for this contest between the Wellston Golden Rockets and the Southeastern Panthers. So the Southeastern Panthers hold a 2-0 lead over the Golden Rockets. Baxter in the third inning with a 2-run home run. So leading off the inning for the Panthers tonight, the top of the fourth will be the second baseman, McWhorter. Lung starts him off, and it's a fly ball over to the right side. It's going to be in foul territory, and Grayson Sites can't quite get over there. So strike number 1 there to McWhorter. Elijah Lung back for his 4th inning of work here in this one. 0-1 to McWhorter. Lung from the windup. This one misses low into the dirt. Aiden Fenwick makes a nice job stopping the ball. Evens up the count at 1-1. 1-1 pitch from Elijah Lung. Misses high. So now it's 2-1 to McWhorter, the second baseman. So a team that was very aggressive early on has now settled in, showing more patience than they were before. Probably should have shown a little bit more there. Looks like Elijah Lung comes back with what looked like a changeup to me. Good pitch there. Gets McWhorter swinging, evens up the count at 2-2. Lung from the windup, 2-2 pitch. Swung on, chopped over to shortstop. Braxton Ingalls picks up the ball, throws on over to first base. Mason Stevens makes the catch. Starts the top of the fourth inning with 1 out. So that'll bring up now for the Southeastern Panthers, the third baseman, number 6, Huff, who made a good play in the bottom of the third inning earlier. Lung starts him off with a ball that's hit into left center. Carson McCorkle giving chase to it, and he makes the play on the run. So Carson McCorkle again showcasing his defensive skills, making another play out there in center. And so now quickly there are 2 down in the top of the fourth. So now the first baseman, number 10, Brown, will try his hand at this top of the fourth inning. Elijah Lung, who's been slicing and dicing. Starts off Brown with the ball that misses high. First time around, Brown grounded out to Elijah Lung. Little pitcher to first baseman action. The 1-0 pitch misses low, so now it's going to be 2-0. Brown, the first baseman, steps back in. He looks at a 2-0 pitch that's going to be in the strike zone for strike number 1, so it's 2-1. And there's been a couple times Elijah Lung's done a great job of hitting that outside corner low in the zone. It's a hard pitch to hit for a batter. 2-1 pitch, though this one misses outside of the zone, so now it's going to be 3-1. After the first 2 batters are retired, Elijah Lung now faces a 3-1 count to the Panthers' first baseman. 3-1 pitch. Lung comes back with a fastball, and it's lined into center field. And this one actually bounces off the chest of Carson McCorkle, but he keeps it in a relative area. And so a 2-out single there from the Panthers' first baseman, Brown, extends the inning, bringing up the left fielder, Welch, with 2 outs in the top of the fourth. That's the second time we've seen a really well-hit line drive into center field. The first time Cosby, the leadoff hitter for the Panthers, hit it. And I believe they took a little pause to check on Carson McCorkle as that one bounced up. And if you have ever watched a broadcast with me and my partner, Jeremiah, the grass here does what it wants, especially when the baseball's in the grass. So probably checking on Carson McCorkle, making sure he's okay, making sure the umpire has some baseballs kind of getting reset here to pick back up on the top of the fourth with Welch up to bat. Struck out his first time swinging. That was in the top of the second. Elijah Lung forced to work from the stretch now because of the runner on first base. Panthers left fielder steps in, looks at a ball that misses out, so it's going to be 1-0. Welch, one of the handful of Panthers left-handed hitters. Lung comes back again. And just kind of how we saw with Burns last inning, trying to make an adjustment from the windup to the stretch. Lung is trying to figure that out right now. Falls behind 2-0 to Welch. This time misses down. Aiden Femick does a good job of keeping the ball in front, prohibiting Brown from advancing to second base. But now it's 3-0 to Welch. 2 down here in the top of the fourth. And Elijah Lung can't find the strike zone and the at-bat to Welch, so he walks him 4 pitches. And now Brown will advance over to second base. Welch draws a 2-out walk. So Josh Jackson's going to call time to the home plate umpire, go out and talk to his players just a little bit, trying to get them back in one accord. Maybe give Elijah Lung a little bit of a rest. The next hitter for the Panthers is going to be the designated hitter, number 7, Kessler. He struck out his first time in the top of the third. So the top of the third, he led off that inning with a strikeout, and that's actually the same inning that Baxter, the catcher for the Panthers, hit his 2-run home run, scoring the only 2 runs of the night so far. And that was on a full count, too. So Josh Jackson completes his mound visit. Hopefully he gave him some words of wisdom. 2-0 is your score in the top of the 4th. Panthers on top of the Golden Rockets. 2 outs, 2 runners on. First baseman Brown at second, the left fielder Welch at first. Kessler up to bat. First pitch, strike called down the middle. Elijah Lung bounces back after the walk with a strike. So an adjustment made. 0-1 now to Kessler. Second pitch misses just outside. Elijah Lung can't pick up the call after the pitch on the outer corner. So it's 1-1 now to the Panthers' designated hitter. 2 on, 2 out. Top of the 4th. 1-1 pitch. Swung on, chopped very softly over to the left side. Elijah Lung cuts off Reese Lewis, makes the play over, and throws it to Mason Stevens, who catches it. Great play there from Elijah Lung, who comes sprinting off the mound. And a little PFP play there for the pitcher. Pitchers are fielders too, you know. We're through 3.5 here. Top of the 4th. No runs scored for the Panthers. 2-0 is your score. The Panthers still hold that lead over the Golden Rockets. We're heading to the bottom of the 4th. We'll be back after this break.
Education should be personal, affordable, and full of possibilities. Here, you're part of a community that supports your success in the classroom and beyond. And now, there's even more to be a part of, with new traditions and new energy taking shape.
I want to invite you to see what's possible when you learn at a place where everyone knows your name and cares about your future. At Rio, it's all about you, your goals, your journey, and your success, and we can't wait to be a part of your story.
Big games require big energy, and Health Watch Good Delights and Meal Prep keeps you fueled all week. The weekly menu drops every Monday on TikTok and Facebook, with pickups on Sunday at 806 Diggs Road in Wellston. Healthy made easy. True fans know that success in baseball is all about tradition, dedication, and loyalty. These same qualities are important to Lockhart Insurance Agency. Give us a call at 740-384-2020. We would like to help evaluate your insurance needs and recommend the best coverage from the best companies.
All right, folks, welcome back to this Total Media Sports broadcast here, live from Veterans Field in Wellston, Ohio. Southeastern Panthers against the Golden Rockets. And so far, the Panthers hold a 2-0 lead over top of Wellston after a big 2-run home run in the top of the 3rd from the Panthers catcher. So Golden Rockets still yet to score a run in this one. Their 4th time hitting so far tonight. And leading off this bottom of the 4th inning will be the center fielder Carson McCorkle, who had an infield single his first time around. First pitch to McCorkle misses low for ball 1. Burns back on the mound for the Panthers. He's done a great job so far as the starting pitcher. He's thrown 3 complete, only allowing 2 hits. One of those hits came to this man right here at the plate, Carson McCorkle. And he takes a look at a ball that misses low out of the zone. So it's 2-0 now to the senior center fielder. Burns comes back and misses low again. 3-0 now to Carson McCorkle. And like I said earlier, Carson McCorkle does a pretty good job of getting on base, and one of the ways he does that is just drawing a walk. So a leadoff walk here to start the bottom of the 4th inning might get something going here in a positive way for the Golden Rockets. Burns takes his time getting back up on the mound. The 3-0 pitch misses high and in. A little bit of chin music there for Carson McCorkle, but he avoids taking the hit, and instead he'll reach base after a leadoff walk. So the Golden Rockets' first hitter on the bottom of the 4th inning reaches base. And that brings up the pitcher for the Golden Rockets tonight, number 4, Elijah Lung. His first time he struck out swinging in the bottom of the second. Burns from the stretch. First pitch, Elijah Lung hits the fastball that was down the middle over to the left side and finds the gap in between the third baseman and the shortstop for a single. So back-to-back base runners now for the Golden Rockets. And that opens up an opportunity now for the senior Reese Lewis to make an impact and execute a job that will be given to him, I'm sure, by the third base coach, Justin Jackson. So now McCorkle over at second base, Elijah Lung on first after his single into left. Reese Lewis squares the bunt, and that's the job I was talking about. He pops it up, and the catcher, Baxter, makes a heads-up play and catches the ball after a little bit of a dive in foul territory. So the third baseman, Reese Lewis, squares to bunt, gets underneath of it, pops it up, and a heads-up play there from Baxter, the catcher, records the first out of this inning. So now that'll bring up the senior right fielder, Grayson Seitz. Still 2 runners on. Burns back to work. Seitz first time around, grounded out to third base. First pitch from Burns finds the zone in the lower third of it for strike number 1. Seitz now takes a little bit of a half swing, and the home plate umpire says, yes, he did. He broke the plane. And so now 2 strikes. And what I mean by broke the plane, you can only go so far with your hands as a hitter. Once you go past a certain point, it's considered a swing, even though it may not look like one. So that's what happened right there. Grayson Seitz now faces an 0-2 count. Burns comes back with a curveball in the dirt. This time Grayson Seitz holds up. So now it's 1-2 to the right fielder. McCorkle at second, Lung at first. Carson McCorkle led off this inning with a walk. Elijah Lung followed behind him. Jumping on the first pitch he saw and hits a single into left. The 1-2 to Seitz. Same pitch. Misses low and out. So now it's 2-2. Top of the lineup coming up behind Grayson Seitz. Braxton Ingles is on deck. Burns gets set. The 2-2 pitch misses high over the head of Baxter, the catcher, and so that will allow Carson McCorkle and Elijah Lung both to advance 1 base. So now you've got 2 runners in scoring position now for the second straight inning for the Golden Rockets. McCorkle advances to third, and Lung goes over to second base after the wild pitch from Burns. And so now it's 3-2 to Seitz after starting out 0-2. Working a pretty solid at-bat here is Grayson Seitz, wearing number 3 tonight, playing right field. So an interesting sight to see here. The second baseman for the Panthers moves up into the grass, but then backpedals back into the dirt. Burns, the 3-2 pitch, is hit high over on the right side. It's going to be a tough play to make. Burns comes sprinting off the mound. Oh, and a little bit of miscommunication there, but the first baseman ends up with the baseball, and so Grayson Seitz is retired for the second out of the inning. So after a really high fly ball pop out there from Grayson Seitz, Brown, the first baseman, and Burns, the pitcher, are both advancing toward the baseball while it was in the air. And I'm pretty sure Burns had the idea he was going to catch it, but I guess Brown has a little bit of a height advantage on him. So 2 outs now in the bottom of the 4th inning. Braxton Ingles up the bat with 2 runners on, 2 runners in scoring position. Back-to-back pop-outs for the Rockets after back-to-back base runners. First pitch to Braxton Ingles misses for ball 1. So far tonight, Braxton Ingles has popped out to the shortstop and grounded out to second base. He faces Burns now with 2 runners on. Second pitch comes back and he misses again. So now it's 2-0 to the leadoff hitter for the Golden Rockets. Big opportunity for the young sophomore here. Leadoff hitter, also a very good hitter in general. The third pitch of his at bat misses high. So now it's 3-0 to Braxton Ingles. So we'll see if Braxton Ingles gets the green light or not. We'll see what Josh Jackson allows him to do. Walk loads the bases. Single scores 2. Burns comes back with a fastball that finds the outer half of the plate for strike 1. So now it's 3-1 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Carson McCorkle over on third. Elijah Lung on second. Braxton Ingles at the plate. The 3-1 hitters count pitch. Ooh, finds the zone despite the catcher not making the catch. And so Braxton Ingles had thought he drew a walk, but instead the home plate umpire says strike 2. So now it's a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 runners on, 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th. Another opportunity here for the Golden Rockets to make some headway. The 3-2 pitch is lined into right field, and it's going to be in the right center field. The center fielder scoops it up and makes a throw home, which forces Elijah Lung to be held up at third base. But Braxton Ingles, the 3-2 pitch is lined over into center field, and a 2-out RBI single from the leadoff hitter for the Golden Rockets puts the Golden Rockets up on the board. 2-1, now your score. Great job from Braxton Ingles there after looking at a pitch that he thought was ball 4, comes back and hits a fastball into center field and picks up an RBI on the night. So that'll score Carson McCorkle. Elijah Lung still at third base. Runners at the corners for the Golden Rockets. Up to bat now, the sophomore second baseman, Dalton Barnett. He's already got a single in this one tonight as well. He squares to bunt. Braxton Ingles takes off towards second base. He'll steal second base, slides in safely, despite the throw down from the catcher, Baxter. So I do believe strike 1 was called on Dalton Barnett. So he'll face an 0-1 count here, and right back to where we started. 2 runners in scoring position, 2 outs. Barnett up to bat. Curveball misses the zone, doesn't quite break into the zone enough to pick up the strike call. So now Dalton Barnett, 1-1 count. Braxton Ingles at second base, Elijah Lung at third. Dalton Barnett takes a half swing at the ball in the dirt, but he holds up, does not break that plane. So now it's 2-1. Dalton Barnett. He singled in the bottom of the 3rd and walked in the bottom of the 1st. He hits one over now to the left side, and third baseman runs into the Golden Rocket base runner Braxton Ingles and hits the ground, but the shortstop Cheadle scoops it up and makes a play at first base. So Dalton Barnett grounds out to shortstop to end the bottom of the 4th inning. But not before the Golden Rockets get on the board by way of RBI single from the leadoff hitter Braxton Ingles, scoring Carson McCorkle. Golden Rockets pick up 1 in the bottom of the 4th. We're heading to the top of the 5th. 2-1 your score. Panthers on top of the Golden Rockets. We'll be back to start the top of the 5th right after this break.
I'm Dustin Jackson. I'm a catcher. I'm a senior for the Wellston baseball team. On behalf of Wellston High School baseball and softball, I'd like to thank our Golden Rocket Diamond Club gold level sponsors for supporting our season.
Hi, I'm Maisie Wyatt, a senior. I played third base, and I'd like to thank Young's Mechanical Installation.
Hi, my name's Maddie Childers, senior, and I play catcher, and I'd like to thank the Wellston American Legion.
Hello, my name's A.J. I'm a senior, so I play second base. I'd like to thank Jerry's Do It Center.
Hi, my name is Mason Stevens. I'm a senior. I play first base, and I'd like to thank Jackson Brothers Construction.
Hi, I'm Carson McCorkle. I'm a senior, play center field, and I'd like to thank Carlisle Insurance.
Hi, I'm Riley Long, senior, play third base, and I like to thank General Mills.
Hi, I'm Reese Lewis, senior. I play third base. I'd like to thank the Sons of America League.
Thank you to all of our Rocket Diamond Club gold sponsors for supporting Wellston baseball and softball.
Yeah, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we are moments away from the start of the top of the 5th inning here from Veterans Field. Southeastern Panthers hold a 2-1 lead over top of the Golden Rockets after the Wellston Golden Rockets pick up a run in the bottom of the 4th inning just moments ago. So leading off the inning for the Panthers will be their leadoff hitter, wearing number 18 and playing right field, Cosby. So far tonight, he has singled into center, and he has walked. And out of the 2 runs scored tonight by the Panthers, he is one of them. So for the Panthers, probably nobody you want leading off the top of the 5th inning after the Golden Rockets put up a run than your leadoff hitter. Elijah Lung starts off the at-bat with a pitch that misses just out. 1-0. And so what seems like a pitch that has been called a couple times tonight misses. And now Elijah Lung comes back and throws one off the plate. So it's 2-0 now. The only thing so far tonight that I don't think anybody can complain about is this wind. The wind chill is unbelievable here at Veterans Field. Elijah Lung comes back with a fastball that finds the corner for strike number 1. So it's 2-1 now to the Panthers' leadoff hitter, Cosby. The 2-1 pitch is hit softly over to the third base side. Reese Lewis scoops it up. His throw over is in the grass, and Mason Stevens can't quite come up with it. And so that'll be scored as an error on the third baseman, Reese Lewis. And Cosby reaches base safely for the third straight time. And now that'll bring up the superstar for the Panthers tonight, who has been responsible for both of the runs scored, because he hit a 2-run home run in the third, and he hits another one into left field. It's skied high. This might be his second one of the night, and folks, it definitely will be. Baxter, for the second time tonight, has launched one over the left field fence. Man, he's found a couple of barrels tonight. So for the second time tonight, the catcher, Baxter, has hit a 2-run home run. His first time was in the top of the third, now in the top of the fifth. Same 2 players for the Panthers. Cosby reached base safely, and then Baxter hit the bombing 2-run home run. So a little bit of deja vu here from Veterans Field, and the Panthers go up on the Golden Rockets 4-1 in the top of the fifth. Just so far tonight, a display of great hitting from the Panthers catcher. So that pushes him to 2-3. 2 for 3 on the night with 2 home runs and 4 RBIs. Elijah Lund comes back despite the home run and comes back with a nice fastball in the bottom of the zone for strike 1 on the shortstop, Cheadle. His second pitch, his at-bat misses just out. And now it's 1-1. Lund working from the windup. Cheeto hits one up the middle. Braxton Eagles giving chase to it. Makes a play. His sidearm throw over to first base is in time. And Braxton Ingalls with a solid play over at shortstop to record the first out of the 5th inning. I'll tell you what, a lot of things that Braxton Ingalls does just looks smooth and fluent. He is a fundamental player, especially when he plays middle infield. And you saw a little bit of that right there, as that ball almost hit the middle gap, but Braxton Ingalls cuts it off and makes a throw on the run. So now that brings up the pitcher tonight for the Panthers, Burns. He wears number 3. First pitch of his at bat is called for strike 1, and he falls behind 0-1. Second pitch, higher in the zone, and Burns gives chase to it, so now it's 0-2 to the Panthers pitcher. And one thing, I know I've mentioned it or not, but the wind is blowing pretty hard tonight, and so Baxter getting those 2 balls out of here is pretty impressive. Third pitch to Burns is in the dirt, and he chases it. Aiden Fenwick scoops it up and makes the throw over to finally record the out. So the second out of the inning is recorded. Second time striking out tonight for Burns, the cleanup hitter for the Panthers. And the third base coach for the Panthers wants to have a word with him. That brings up the second baseman, number 8, McWhorter. First pitch of his at bat is hit into the air to the right side. Barnett and Sites both giving chase, but it's going to fall foul. And that'll be strike number 1 of his at bat. So far tonight, McWhorter has flew out to center field, and he's also grounded out to the shortstop. 0-1 on him now on his third at bat of the night. Lund comes back and throws a fastball and misses high and in. Evens up the count at 1-1. Outfield playing rather deep. Lund comes back with a ball that just misses on the outer half. So now it's 2-1 to the Panthers' second baseman. This one is hit and fouled off. It's going to be right beside of me. And so that's going to be strike number 2 of the at-bat. I'll tell you what, if I had just a little bit of a longer wingspan, I might have been able to catch that one. 2-2 now to McWhorter. 2 outs for the 5th. Lund comes back, gets grounded to the shortstop. Braxton Ingalls, like clockwork, makes the play, and gets out of the inning. So the Panthers put up 2 more. And what looked like a replay of the top of the 3rd inning as Baxter goes yard for the 2nd time tonight. Both him and Cosby. It's 4-1 heading to the bottom of the 5th inning. Golden Rockets have some work to do. We'll be back after this word from our sponsors.
I'm Dustin Jackson. I'm a catcher. I'm a senior for the Wellston baseball team. On behalf of Wellston High School baseball and softball, I'd like to thank our Golden Rocket Diamond Club Gold Level sponsors for supporting our season.
Hi, I'm Maisie Wyatt, a senior. I played 3rd base, and I'd like to thank Young's Mechanical Installation.
Hi, my name's Maddie Childers, senior, and I play catcher, and I'd like to thank the Wellston American Legion.
Hello, my name's A.J. I'm a senior, so I play second base. I'd like to thank Jerry's Do It Center.
Hi, my name is Mason Stevens. I'm a senior. I play first base, and I'd like to thank Jackson Brothers Construction.
Hi, I'm Carson Rapopel. I'm a senior, play center field, and I'd like to thank Carlisle Insurance.
Hi, I'm Riley Long, senior, play third base, and I like to thank General Mills.
Hi, I'm Reese Lewis, senior. I play 3rd base. I'd like to thank the Sons of America League.
Thank you to all of our Rocket Diamond Club Gold sponsors for supporting Wellston baseball and softball.
All right, folks, and we're back now here for the bottom of the 5th inning here at Veterans Field in Wellston, Ohio. Southeastern Panthers lead the Golden Rockets 4-1 after another 2-run home run for the Panthers in the top of the 5th inning. Looks like Burns is back out on the mound for his 5th inning of work tonight. He'll have to face the middle part of the Golden Rockets lineup. Leading off the inning tonight for the Golden Rockets in the bottom of the 5th inning, first baseman Mason Stevens. After him, the cleanup hitter Kyson Witt, and then Aiden Fimick. So 3, 4, 5 due for the Golden Rockets. They've had a couple opportunities to put up some big-time runs here so far in this one. They've put up 1. And the first pitch of his at-bat misses for ball 1. Burns comes back with a fastball down and in, and Mason Stevens gives chase to it. I've mentioned that spot of the strike zone a couple times tonight, and again, you see it on display. Burns again, this time he decides to work on the outer half of the plate, but he misses, and it's 2-1 now to Mason Stevens. So far tonight, Mason Stevens has struck out and walked. Made it all the way to second base, couldn't quite score. Another pitch swung on a miss by Mason Stevens, so now it's 2-2 for the Golden Rocket first baseman. Kyson Witt waiting on deck. Burns from the windup. The 2-2 pitch swung on, hit into left field, and the wind's probably going to carry this one foul. And almost a spectacular play from the left fielder for the Panthers. That's Welch out there showing excellent hustle, and the ball ended up in his glove. And I'm not sure if he had caught it or not. No, he didn't catch it. Okay, Mason Stevens, I think maybe had the idea that he did because he looked like he was headed back to the dugout, but then he makes the turn back at the plate now. So almost ESPN top 10 play there from Welch in left field, but instead Mason Stevens is back in the box, and the 2-2 pitch is hitting a similar spot. Welch giving chase again, but this time it's a little farther foul in left field. So Mason Stevens staying alive in his 3rd at-bat of the night. And I'm telling you, that play was almost, that play 2 pitches ago was almost really awesome. Welch dove, the ball was in his glove, but when he landed, it popped out. So the 2-2 again. We'll try it for the 3rd time, and it's hit into center field this time, in between the center fielder, the shortstop, and the second baseman. But the shortstop, Cheadle, ends up with it. So Mason Stevens is retired to begin the bottom of the 5th inning. So now that'll bring up the sophomore left fielder, Kyson Witt. So far tonight, he has grounded out to the pitcher, and he's walked. So we'll see what he does now here with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. The bullpen is active for the Golden Rockets. Looks like Caden Matthews is getting some warm-up pitches in. Kyson Witt's first pitch, his 3rd at-bat, misses for ball 1. Burns comes back with a fastball, and it's in on the hands of Kyson Witt. He hits it over to third baseman. And third baseman Huff plays around with it a little bit, but he ends up making the play. So out number 2, recorded in the bottom of the 5th. Kyson Witt grounds out to the third baseman, Huff. So the third batter of the inning for the Golden Rockets will be the catcher, number 20, Aiden Fenwick. So far tonight, he struck out and flew out to center. 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Burns back in the windup. First pitch, strike 1, down the middle with a fastball. Second pitch of the at-bat's a breaking ball that was going to be in the zone anyway. Aiden Fenwick gives chase to it. Swing and miss. 0-2 quickly on the sophomore catcher. Burns back on the rubber quickly. Delivers a fastball that misses low, so it's 1-2 now to Aiden Fenwick. Burns comes back with another breaking ball, but this one misses as well, so now it's 2-2. And Burns is starting to work quicker than he has in most innings. Back on the rubber and back with another pitch. Aiden Fenwick fouls this one off behind me. So the catcher stays alive. Well, Mason Stevens hit a lot of 2-2 foul balls. Let's see how many Aiden Fenwick can hit. Burns resting on the rubber now, trying to find a sign. Finds the one he wants. The 2-2 pitch to Fenwick. Strike 3 call it on the outer half of the corner. Aiden Fenwick goes down looking. So through 5 innings complete, your score from Veterans Field, Southeastern 4, Golden Rockets 1. Folks, we'll be back right after this quick break, ready for the top of the 6th inning.
Every baseball and softball season begins with a promise. A promise to show up, hard work, and represent our Rocket community with pride. But behind every swing, every pitch, every young athlete, there's a team you don't always see. The Golden Rocket Diamond Club makes it all possible, providing gear, equipment, field support, and opportunities for every player who wears the blue and gold. This is Total Media Sports coverage of Wellston Baseball and Softball, proudly presented by the Golden Rocket Diamond Club.
Good people bring good people.
At Buckeye Construction and Restoration, it's the foundation of our projects and our company. What started in a garage with 2 people and a dream now employs over 100 with offices locally in Wellston, Waterford, and Cincinnati. VCR, preserving our history with the hands of craftsmen.
This factory has.
All right, folks, welcome back to this Total Media Sports broadcast brought to you from Veterans Field in Wellston, Ohio. We're set for the top of the 6th inning. So despite the warm-up pitches thrown by Caden Matthews in the bullpen in the last inning, Elijah Lung goes back out to begin his 6th inning of work. And really, so far tonight, I can really only think of 2 hits that have really been the story of the night tonight for the Southeastern Panthers. And obviously, those are the 2 home runs that Baxter has hit, both of them being 2-run home runs. One coming in the top of the 3rd, one coming in the top of the 5. Other than those 2 hits specifically, Elijah Long has only allowed 3 other hits. He struck out 4 and walked 2. So we'll see how far he goes in this one. Set for the top of the 6th, leading off the top of the 6th for the Panthers is second baseman McWhorter. First pitch to him misses outside for ball number 1. Lung comes back with another fastball that misses high this time, so it's 2-0 now to McWhorter. Again, misses around in the same spot, so it's 3-0 to start the leadoff hitter for the Panthers in the top of the 6th inning. McWhorter so far tonight has flew out to center and grounded out to short. Lung comes back and might have got a piece of McWhorter, I couldn't tell.
Roll one up here, you're fine. Let's get down the mound.
I'm sorry, that was actually the third baseman Huff up to bat there. So third baseman Huff, instead of McWhorter, is the one who draws a walk to begin this 6th inning. So that means Brown, the first baseman, will lay down the bunt on the right side. That's fielded by Lung. And the out is recorded. So Brown, the sacrifice bunt, moves over Huff to second base. So 1 down now in the top of the 6th inning. After the sacrifice bunt from Brown. So now that'll bring up left fielder Welch, who almost had that A very impressive play in left field last inning. He chose to hit now, and he skies one into right field. Grayson Sykes, the right fielder, gets underneath of it, makes the play, so now 2 outs in the top of the 6th inning.
One pitch away.
That'll bring up now the designated hitter, Kessler, for the Panthers with a runner in scoring position. Huff over there at second base after his leadoff walk in the sacrifice bunt from Brown. First pitch to Kessler misses. It's going to be 1-0. Long working from the stretch. Huff grabs his lead at second base. This ball is in the dirt, and Aiden Fenwick can't pick it. So the ball gets past Fenwick and rolls to the fence of the very long backstop here at Veterans Field, which allows Huff to advance over to third base. So now, a comfort run, only 90 feet away. 2-0 to Kessler, the designated hitter. So far tonight, he's struck out and grounded out to the pitcher. His third at bat of the night, faces a 2-0 count. Lung still from the stretch. Fires a fastball that finds the zone for strike number 1. 2-1 now to Kessler, who is DHing tonight for number 12, Oates. 2-1 pitch is grounded over to the left side. Braxton Eagle is going to have to make a long throw. He fields it, fires one across the diamond, but it gets away from Mason Stevens. And so Kessler will advance over to second base, and Huff, who is at third base, will score. So for the first time tonight, the Panthers pick up a run that didn't come from a Baxter home run. Here in the top of the 6th inning, Huff scores on the air from shortstop Braxton Ingles. Now that's one of those situations where Braxton Ingles did a good job of hustling over to the ground ball, fielding it, but that was a long throw to make, and he tried to put some pepper behind it, and instead he threw Mason Stevens, the first baseman, off the bag, and Mason Stevens had to chase it. So now Kessler's going to be at second. Top of the lineup now for the Panthers. Cosby comes back up and on a little half swing, fouls the ball off accidentally. So strike 1. Lung back in the stretch. The pitch to Cosby is hit very softly in the air over to Mason Stevens, who catches the pop fly with ease. So the Panthers pick up another run here in the top of the 6th after the throwing error from the shortstop Braxton Ingles. It's 5-1 now, your score. We're heading to the bottom of the 6th. Let's see what the Golden Rockets can come up with. We'll be back after this break.
There's no ceiling.
Here, my ideas matter.
Join a team where you can use your unique talents to grow both personally and professionally. Apply today at belisiofoods.com/careers. That's BELLISIO foods.com/careers.
Big plays, big smiles, and unforgettable moments. Capture them all with Corinne Janet Photography. From rocket game nights to senior portraits, family sessions, and special events, book your memories with Corinne today.
Come see the friendly faces at Gas and Stuff in Hamden for great deals on your favorite stuff. Gas and Stuff offers a wide variety of scrumptious hot and fresh pizzas and subs. Don't worry if you're watching your calories. They also offer crisp cold salads. And don't forget about your favorite Ohio lottery games. Gas and Stuff, convenience with a smile.
Built on hard work and hometown pride, Keith Mannering Trucking proudly supports local schools while delivering dependable hauling and trucking services throughout our community. Give Keith a call at 740-418-4295.
All right, folks, and we're back here at Veterans Field live on Total Media Sports for this contest between the Wellston Golden Rockets and the Southeastern Panthers. The Panthers lead the Golden Rockets right now in the bottom of the 6th inning, 5-1. Leading off this inning for the Golden Rockets offensively will be Carson McCorkle, the senior center fielder, then followed by Elijah Lung, who is the starting pitcher for tonight for the Golden Rockets, and then after him will be the third baseman, Reese Lewis. So in the top of the 6th inning, the Panthers pick up an insurance run. And so now the score here is 5-1. Panthers in favor. Carson McCorkle is going to lead us off in the bottom of the 6th inning. So far tonight, he has singled and walked. He singled in the bottom of the 2nd and walked in the bottom of the 4th. And so far tonight, he is the lone Golden Rocket who has come all the way around the bases to score. Burns back on the mound for the Panthers. He's had some good innings tonight on the mound. So let's see if he continues his success. Burns from the windup. First pitch at the bottom of the 6th is skied into center field. Center fielder for the Panthers is going to be underneath that and make the play. That should be Oates out there. So center fielder to center fielder, out number 1 is recorded to start the bottom of the 6th. Now that brings up the starting pitcher for the Golden Rockets tonight, Elijah Long. And his night might be over. We had a guy in the bullpen. He went through the 5th inning. I'm sorry, the 6th, top of the 6th, only allowing 1 run. And despite allowing 1 run in the top of the 6th inning, he comes back, and the first pitch he sees, he lines into left field, hitting the third base, hitting the gap in between third base and shortstop. So he picks up a single tonight, which I believe is his 2nd single of the night. And so now, instead of seeing Reese Lewis, the third baseman, we're going to see number 6. You guessed it, another sophomore by the name of Caden Matthews. And while Cade Matthews is going to be the hitter for tonight in place of Reese Lewis, instead of Elijah Lund running at first base, we're going to see Caden Sharp. So 2 Cadens on the field now for the Golden Rockets. 1 up to bat, 1 on first base after the leadoff single from Elijah Lund. So Matthews, his first at bat tonight. Burns still on the mound. He's working from the stretch. First pitch to him misses high for ball number 1.
Go 6, let's go.
Caden Sharp, I believe. Caden Sharp is the lone freshman that is on the roster for tonight. Only 11 players on the roster for tonight's contest. You had the starting 9 and then Caden Matthews and Caden Sharp, who have been in the dugout all night. But now they both get an opportunity to play in the ballgame. So Caden Matthews now faces a 1-1 count after the strike called on the fastball from Burns. Burns comes back with what looks like a breaking ball, but it misses, so now it is 2-1 for the sophomore's first at-bat of the night. Caden Sharp, the base runner now in place of Elijah Long, wearing number 17 over there on first base. Gets his lead. Caden Matthews at the plate. 2-1 pitch from Burns, swung on and missed. And so now it's 2-2. Burns gets his sign and comes set. The 2-2 pitch to Caden Matthews, swung on and missed for the second straight time. And so Caden Matthews goes down swinging his first at-bat of the night for out number 2 of the bottom of the 6th inning. So 2 outs, 1 runner on. Grayson Seitz, the right fielder, steps in for the 3rd time tonight. So far, he's grounded out to the 3rd baseman. He's popped out to the 1st baseman. So his 3rd time around. Let's see what he can do with 1 runner on and 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch to him, fastball called for strike number 1. Burns is set. He throws a curveball that lands in front of the plate, but Grayson Seitz was maybe a little fooled by, and he makes a swing. Doesn't quite make contact with the ball, but the ball gets by the catcher, Baxter. And so Caden Sharp, the freshman, with a little bit of heads-up base running, advances over to second base. So now you got a runner in scoring position with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning. But a no-2 count on the 9-hole hitter for the Golden Rockets, Grayson Seitz. Right fielder gets back in the box. Burns, his delivery. Misses for ball number 1. But he stays ahead in the count because it's 1-2. Sharp over at second base now. Caden Sharp gets his lead. Burns comes set after he gets his sign. The 1-2 to Grayson Seitz is down low, scooped up by Baxter. Good job from the catcher, who has had a phenomenal offensive performance, and now he's showing a little bit of his defensive skills as well. So it's 2-2 to Sites. 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. 5-1 your score. Burns delivers the 2-2 pitch, and it's fouled off. And the foul ball hits the face mask of the catcher, Baxter. So you'll see the home plate umpire walk the ball out to the pitcher, Burns, giving Baxter just a little bit more time to, get his head in the right shape after taking a fastball off the face. So 2-2 to Grayson Sites still. He stays alive in this at-bat, trying to keep the inning alive. 2 down, 1 on. Caden Sharp at second base. Braxton Ingles waiting on deck. We'll see if he gets to have an opportunity in this inning. So we'll try the 2-2 pitch again. Burns delivery. Swung on and missed for strike number 3 of the at-bat. Grayson Sites goes down swinging to end the bottom of the 6th. Another runless inning for the Golden Rockets. Your score still 5-1. We're heading to the final inning. Top of the 7th next after this break.
Throws you a curveball, you don't have to face it alone. For local experienced legal representation, call Lori Silcott Oosley, attorney at law, 740-384-1900. Win or lose, we all deserve a treat. Celebrate Rocket baseball and softball with something sweet from Newkirk Bakery. Grab fresh baked favorites and our fun canned drinks for the whole team. Newkirk's Bakery, the sweetest stop in Wellston. Don't strike out on dinner. After cheering on your team, swing by the patio Grubs and Subs for hot, fresh pizza the whole crew will love. Now that is a game night win. Come see us at 114 South Ohio Avenue.
Ohio Valley Bank President Larry Miller.
I started working at Ohio Valley Bank 36 years ago, and it truly is a family atmosphere. It's more than just the bottom line numbers. It's about the people. Woody Hayes is famous for saying you win with people, and that's exactly right. People are the difference maker, and I'm proud to serve alongside of them. Here at Ohio Valley Bank, we cherish our employees because they really do want to make a difference in their communities. Why would you bank anywhere else?
At Rio,
All right, folks, and now we're back for the start of the final inning of the night. Top of the 7th on its way. Elijah Long does make his way back out to the pitcher's mound to start his 7th inning of work tonight. So my prediction was incorrect. Elijah Long will go back out there for the top of the 7th. And so now late in the warm-up stage, before we see the first pitch, we'll see a substitution on the defensive side. So instead of Grayson Sites being in right field, now it is Caden Sharp, who was the pinch runner for Elijah Long in the last inning. And along with that defensive substitution, instead of Dalton Barnett being at second base, it's Caden Matthews now. Dalton Barnett moves over to third base because Caden Matthews pinch hit for Reese Lewis in the last inning. So Elijah Long starts off the slugger of the night, Baxter, with a fastball that finds the zone. So far tonight, Baxter is 2 for 3 with 2 big shot home runs. And he lines one over to third base. This time, Dalton Barnett gets a glove on, and he makes the throw over to first base, and he is retired to start the top of the 7th inning. So a good heads-up play from Dalton Barnett over at third base, his new position now, as he now makes the play to retire Baxter to start the 7th. So if you're unfamiliar with a lot of baseball terms, a lot of times third base will be called the hot corner, and that's exactly why. Baxter put a great swing on the ball, literally right at Dalton Barnett. He puts his glove on it, knocks it down, and makes a throw over to record the out. So now the shortstop, Cheadle, steps into the box, and he hits one over to the left side as well, but unfortunately Dalton Barnett can't get his glove on this one. It's going to end up in left field for a one-out single in the top of the 7th. A big celebration for Cheadle, the shortstop. We take a game break to get that baseball for him. I'm unsure exactly why he's going to keep that baseball. If I had to guess, maybe that's his 100th hit, or maybe his 100th single. Who knows? But regardless, congratulations that young man for whatever accomplishment he just made. Love to see that, and the respect from the Golden Rockets to allow him to have the baseball. So, congratulations, Mr. Cheadle, shortstop for the Panthers tonight. That'll bring up Burns, the pitcher. First pitch, ball 1. 1-0 now to the Panthers pitcher. Second pitch of the at-bat comes back for strike 1. So now it evens up the count at 1-1. So Cheadle, the shortstop, over on first base after his one-out single into left field. Burns so far tonight. And we'll take a quick pause before we get there because Cheadle took off, and because he didn't slide, he's going to be called out. So Cheadle took off running. Aiden Fenwick, the ball was in the dirt. Aiden Fenwick did a good job of getting the baseball up and into the hands of Braxton Ingalls, the shortstop, and he lays the tag on the foot of Cheadle, who was running to second base, and throws him out. So now 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning, as Long goes back to work on Burns, who fouls it off to the left side. So now it's a 2-strike count. Should be 2-2 now to the pitcher for the Panthers after Cheadle was thrown out at second base, caught stealing. Long still working from the stretch despite nobody on base. And he realizes what he's doing, so he steps off and gets back into the windup. Maybe gives a little bit of a smile, realizing what just happened, because right after he stepped off, the batter Burns took a couple warm-up swings. So now Elijah Long, the 2-2 count, comes back, fastball inside, misses. So now it's going to be 3-2, full count. Back in the windup is Long. 3-2 count, 2 outs, top of the 7th, swung on, hit softly over to the right side, cut off by Elijah Long, and he will underhand toss it to Mason Stevens to end the top of the 7th inning. So the Golden Rockets have one more shot to do it. They need 4 to tie. Your score is 5-1. Going to the bottom of the 7th. Let's see what the Golden Rockets can do. We'll be back
your
after
education
this break.
should be personal, affordable, and full of possibilities. Here, you're part of a community that supports your success in the classroom and beyond. And now, there's even more to be a part of, with new traditions and new energy taking shape.
I want to invite you to see what's possible when you learn at a place where everyone knows your name and cares about your future. At Rio, it's all about you, your goals, your journey, and your success, and we can't wait to be a part of your story.
Big games require big energy, and Health Watch Good Delights and Meal Prep keeps you fueled all week. The weekly menu drops every Monday on TikTok and Facebook, with pickups on Sunday at 806 Diggs Road in Wellston. Healthy made easy. True fans know that success in baseball is all about tradition, dedication, and loyalty. These same qualities are important to Lockhart Insurance Agency. Give us a call at 740-384-2020. We would like to help evaluate your insurance needs and recommend the best coverage from the best company.
All right, folks, and we are back now here for the bottom of the 7th inning. We're moments away from the Golden Rockets' final chance to put 4 runs up. They trail the Panthers of Southeastern 5-1. So leading off, I mean, there's no other place you'd rather be in your lineup other than your leadoff hitter. So Braxton Ingalls is going to lead the Golden Rockets off here in the bottom of the 7th, followed by Dalton Barnett and then Mason Stevens plays first base tonight. So Elijah Long goes through 7 complete on the mound. Going back to what I said earlier, if it wasn't for those 2 big hits there from Baxter, the catcher for the Panthers, then it'd be a different ball game. So it's 5-1, bottom of the 7th, on its way. Seconds away from the commencement of this inning. Braxton Ingalls leading us off. The left-handed shortstop, hitting from the left side, actually. He throws with his right hand, but hits left-handed. So far tonight, he's grounded out to the second baseman, popped up to the shortstop, and then singled in the bottom of the 4th. First pitch to him this time misses for ball 1. Burns back out there for his 2nd inning of work out. Burns comes back with a fastball that misses down and out, so now it's 2-0 now to the leadoff hitter for the Golden Rockets here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Burns comes back and misses again, low in the zone. So it's 3-0 to Braxton Ingles, leadoff hitter for the Golden Rockets in the bottom of the 7th. 5-1 your score. Big part of a rally is getting the leadoff guy on. And the 3-0 pitch misses inside, so a 4-pitch walk to Braxton Ingles to start the bottom of the 7th inning. And from the standpoint of the Golden Rockets, you'll take that. Most definitely. Not very many things that's better to start a rally with than a 4-pitch walk from a pitcher who's already gone through 6 complete innings. So the Golden Rockets starting something. 5-1 your score, bottom of the 7th, nobody out. Dalton Barnett up to bat. Second baseman tonight for the Golden Rockets. He's walked and singled so far in this one. First pitch to Barnett after the mound visit from the catcher Baxter is called for strike 1. So Burns comes back, makes an adjustment, and throws a strike to Dalton Barnett. From the stretch is Burns. Second pitch to Barnett. Finds the zone again on a breaking ball. So now it's quickly 0-2 to Dalton Barnett, the sophomore second baseman. Braxton Ingles over at first base. Ingles grabs his lead. Burns grabs a sign. 0-2 pitch, swung on, grounded over to the right side. Second baseman picks it up, goes to second base anyway, but Braxton Ingles slides in safely. So a ground ball over to the second baseman. That's going to be McWhorter, I believe. So McWhorter fields the ball, throws, tries to get the lead runner out at second base, but Braxton Ingles beats the throw, sliding in safely. So both base runners for the Golden Rockets reach safely. Braxton Ingles now over at second base, and Dalton Barnett over at first after the leadoff walk and the mistake from McWhorter. So Burns comes back and throws a pitch in the dirt to Mason Stevens, now the batter for the Golden Rockets here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And now it's going to be 1-0 to start there. Burns comes back to Stevens and throws a pitch that misses down and out. So now it's 2-0 to Stevens, wearing number 24, playing first base, as always. Ingles takes off, and Mason Stevens hits one over to the right side, but it's going to fall just foul. So maybe a little hit-and-run action there for the Golden Rockets. Braxton Ingles took off as if he was going to steal third base, and Mason Stevens turns on a pitch, hits it hard, but it lands foul. So it's going to be strike 1 of his at-bat. 2-1 now to Mason Stevens. After the walk and then the infield single is what it was scored for Dalton Barnett. Mason Stevens looks at a pitch that misses high in the zone. Breaking ball didn't break enough down into the zone. So now it's 3-1 hitters count for Mason Stevens. Nobody out. The bottom of the 7th inning. Rockets down by 4. 2 runners on. Burns comes with a 3-1 pitch. Called for a strike on the outside corner. So now it's a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Mason Stevens with Braxton Ingles at second base. Dalton Barnett over at first, nobody out. Kyson Witt waiting on deck. Burns grabs his sign, comes set, throws. Mason Stevens bloofs one into left field, and the left fielder is going to be able to make the play and record the first out of the bottom of the 7th inning. Mason Stevens sees a pitch on the outer half of the plate, and he goes with it, hits it opposite field, but it lands in the hands of the left fielder for the Panthers, Welch, for out number 1. At the bottom of the 7th inning. That brings up now the cleanup hitter of the night for the Golden Rockets, Kyson Witt. So far tonight, he's walked, grounded out to the pitcher, and grounded out to the third baseman. Braxton Ingles takes off again, trying to steal third base. The throw over from Baxter, not in time, gets by the third baseman, Huff, actually. Braxton Ingles, not quite enough room there in between Huff and the baseball for Braxton Ingles to advance. So Braxton Ingles picks up a stolen base, and Dalton Barnett advances behind him. So now 2 runners in scoring position here with the cleanup hitter up to bat for the Golden Rockets. Burns comes set, delivers another pitch. Kyson Witt looks at one in the dirt, and it's called for a ball. Second straight of the at-bat. So it's 2-0 to Kyson Witt here in the bottom of the 7th. 2 on, 1 out. Burns still at work on the mound. To Kyson Witt. Third pitch of his at bat misses outside for ball number 3. So it's 3-0 now to Kyson Witt, and he threatens another walk. for the Golden Rockets. Dalton Barnett at second. Braxton Eagles at third. 3-0 pitch misses inside. Ball 4. Kyson Witt draws a 1-out walk and loads the bases for the catcher, number 20, Aiden Fenwick. And so now the tying run at the plate for the Golden Rockets. We might see a change here for the Panthers as the head coach for the Panthers calls time. Says, hey, Mr. Umpire, can I have a quick second to chat with my players? So he'll do just that, making his way out there. I'm not sure if he's just going to talk him up or if we're going to see a pitching change. So far, it just looks like there's going to be a conversation had as the Golden Rockets threaten the 4-run lead that the Panthers hold over top of them right now. Bases loaded, 1 out, Aiden Fenwick up to bat. So far tonight, Aiden Fenwick has struck out twice and flied out to center. But don't let his stat line of the night fool you. Aiden Fenwick can definitely put a ball in play. And so the tying run at the plate for the Golden Rockets deep into this ball game. Bottom of the 7th, 1 out. Panthers are 2 outs away from securing the win, but they've got some work to do for sure. Burns will stay in the ball game. Head coach for the Panthers just want to go out there and make sure everybody's on the same page. Hey, this is what we're going to do in this situation. We're going to do this in this situation. So good coaching job from the Panthers coach right there. Bases juiced. Catcher, number 20, Aiden Fenwick up to bat. Burns elects to go from the windup with the bases loaded. First pitch, fastball swung on and missed from Aiden Fenwick. There's that aggressiveness from the young sophomore catcher for the Golden Rockets. Back on the mound already is Burns. He delivers another fastball that misses low, and Baxter does a good job of scooping that one up and preventing the ball from going to the backstop. Backstop here at Veterans Field is a mile. So any pass ball, you're probably going to see a run scored, especially with the speed from Braxton Ingles, who's only 90 feet away. So now it's 2-1 after that pitch misses as well. Fenwick is ahead of the count now. 2-1 pitch misses high again, and now it's 3-1. And the Golden Rockets threaten to walk in a run as Burns misses again. Three balls, 1 strike. 3-1 pitch. This one's fouled off. Pitch was elevated. Aiden Fenwick wanted to take a swing at it, but he fouls it off, so now it's going to be a full count. 3-2 for the sophomore catcher. The pitcher, Burns, works at full. The base is still loaded. He's still in the windup. The 3-2 pitch to Fenwick. Swung on, hit back up the middle. Double play opportunity. Shortstop Cheeto bobbles it. And there's not going to be a double play opportunity. The ball ends up in left field, and a laser from the center fielder Oates home to the catcher gets Dalton Barnett out in time. So 1 run does score for the Golden Rockets after the error from the shortstop Cheeto. So the score is going to be 5-2. But, man, I'll tell you what. That center fielder Oates came flying in to back up the error from the shortstop, and he launched a laser to home plate in time to record an out against Dalton Barnett, who was trying to score off the error. So now Aiden Fenwick will be at first base, and Kyson Witt will be at second base. Dalton Barnett was thrown out at home, but Braxton Ingles came home to score. So 5-2 your score. 2 outs now. Carson McCorkle, the senior center fielder, up to the plate. Before Braxton Ingles just scored on that last play, Carson McCorkle was the only Golden Rocket to cross the plate tonight, and the first pitch of his at bat misses for ball 1. Burns from the stretch. Kyson Witt at second base. Fenwick at first. Second pitch of the at-bat finds the strike zone. Somehow, some way to Carson McCorkle. The later this one has gone on, the more spacious the strike zone has been. And again, for the second straight time, low in the zone, strike called. 1-2 now to Carson McCorkle. Panthers 1 strike away from securing their victory. Still hold a 3-run lead. Tying run still at the plate. Witt at second. Fenwick at first. The 1-2 breaking ball. Carson McCorkle does a wise thing and does not swing. So now it's 2-2 to the Golden Rocket center fielder. 2-2 pitch from Burns. Out of the stretch. He delivers. Ball inside. Full count. Now to the senior center fielder for the Golden Rockets. So what you're going to see next is you're going to see a pitch that's going to be delivered. And as that pitch is going to be delivered, Kai Sweat and Aiden Femick are both going to take off running. Because of the full count, 2 outs. Big pitch here. 2 on, 2 out. Payoff pitch to Carson McCorkle. Swung on, hit high in the air inside of the infield. The shortstop Cheadle calls everybody off, says, "Hey guys, I got it," and he indeed does. So Carson McCorkle pops out to the shortstop to end this one. And your final here from Veterans Field is going to be Southeastern Panthers 5, Golden Rockets 2. Golden Rockets leave a couple more stranded there in the bottom of the 7th. Can't complete the game, can't come back. 5-2 your final. Southeastern on top. So as the players shake hands and they have their meeting in right field, we're going to take a quick break, get a last word from our sponsors. I'll be back for some post-game stats, and then we'll dismiss for the night. Final from Veterans Field, Southeastern 5, Golden Rockets 2. We'll be back for post-game right after this.
Looking for firearms, ammunition, military surplus, or survival supplies? Lock and Loaded Outfitters in Wellston has you covered at 107 West Broadway Street in Wellston. Open Monday through Saturday. At Southern Ohio Smiles in Jackson, they're proud to support our local athletes. Offering general dental services and implant dentistry, they can help your smile be strong on and off the field. Call 740-577-3230 or visit them at 41 East South Street in Jackson. For excavation done right, trust Thompson & Son Excavation and Hauling. Proudly serving our community with dependable service and free estimates. Give them a call at 740-577-5577 or 740-577-1302. Teamwork, dedication, and sacrifice. The same values we see on the field are values held by our members of the VFW Post 9092 of Wellston. Proudly serving veterans, their families, and our community, the VFW works every day to honor those who served our country. Through local programs and community support, Post 9092 of Wellston continues to make a difference, honoring service and supporting our community.
Every win starts with a strong game plan, and every project starts with Wilson Excavating. For demolition needs or installation of underground water, storm, and sewer lines, call 740-357-8471.
Hello, I'm Dustin Jackson. I'm a catcher. I'm a senior for the Wellston baseball team. On behalf of Wellston High School baseball and softball, I'd like to thank our Golden Rocket Diamond Club Gold Level sponsors for supporting our season.
Hi, I'm Maisie Wyatt, a senior. I played third base, and I'd like to thank Young's Mechanical Installation.
Hi, my name's Maddie Childers, senior, and I play catcher, and I'd like to thank the Wellston American Legion.
Hello, my name's Aiden. I'm a senior, so I play second base, and I'd like to thank Jerry's Do It Center.
Hi, my name is Mason Stevens. I'm a senior. I play first base, and I'd like to thank Jackson Brothers Construction.
Hi, I'm Carson McCorkle. I'm a senior, play center field, and I'd like to thank Carlisle Insurance.
Hi, I'm Riley Long, senior, play third base, and I like to thank General Mills.
Hi, I'm Reese Lewis, senior. I play third base. I'd like to thank the Sons of America League.
Thank you to all of our Rocket Diamond Club Gold sponsors for supporting Wellston baseball and softball.
In Wellston, every baseball and softball season begins with a promise. A promise to show up, hard work, and represent our Rocket community with pride. But behind every swing, every pitch, every young athlete, there's a team you don't always see. The Golden Rocket Diamond Club makes it all possible, providing gear, equipment, field support, and opportunities for every player who wears the blue and gold. This is Total Media Sports coverage of Wellston baseball and softball, proudly presented by the Golden Rocket Diamond Club.
Good people bring good people.
At Buckeye Construction and Restoration, it's the foundation of our projects and our company. What started in a garage with 2 people and a dream now employs over 100 with offices locally in Wellston, Waterford, and Cincinnati. VCR, preserving our history with the hands of craftsmen.
This factory has walls, but there's no ceiling.
Here, my ideas matter.
Join a team where you can use your unique talents to grow both personally and professionally. Apply today at beliciofoods.com/careers. That's BELLISIO foods.com/careers.
All right, folks, we're back here from Veterans Field for some post-game stats after the Golden Rockets take a loss to the Southeastern Panthers by a final score of 5-2. So the Panthers win a 3-run victory over top of the Golden Rockets. As for the Panthers' stats tonight, their big player and probably their MVP of the night will be the catcher, Mr. Baxter. He went 2 for 4 tonight with 4 RBIs, and those 4 RBIs came by way of 2 big, long home runs over the left field fence. And the winning pitcher tonight in this contest was the starting pitcher for the Panthers, Burns. He allowed 6 hits tonight, only 2 runs with 7 strikeouts. And I also want to shout out Mr. Cheadle tonight for the Panthers, who had some sort of accomplishment after hitting a single early around the middle of the game. I'd say Cheadle had his single in the 7th inning. And, we had a little game break so they could get the baseball and applaud for Cheadle. So congratulations to whatever accomplishment he had. And we love to see the sportsmanship show by the Golden Rockets and the Panthers as well. So we might get some players here at the end after a loss. We'll see what Coach John Jackson decides to do. Maybe he'll send a player over, maybe he won't. But for the Golden Rockets tonight at the plate, they had a couple of people who had a solid night. Braxton Ingles went 1 for 3 tonight with an RBI. Dalton Barnett went 2 for 3 tonight in the 2-hole. And then Carson McCorkle went 1 for 3 tonight with a run scored as well. And so Elijah Long tonight was the losing pitcher for the Golden Rockets. He went 7 complete innings, and all things considered, not a horrible performance from the young sophomore pitcher. I can really think of 4 RBIs came from one guy by way of 2 home runs. So 2 pretty big hits there for the Panthers that kind of got them rocking and rolling kind of early. I believe the first home run was hit in the 3rd inning, and then the 2nd and the 5th. So that's something hard to come back from as a pitcher. He allowed 5 runs, 4 strikeouts. But another thing, too, despite all of that on the mound, Elijah Long still went 2 for 3 at the plate. So that's something that I can confidently say I struggled with whenever I play. Was if I had a bad night on the mound, I usually had a bad night at the plate, too. But in this case, not for Elijah Long. He did well at the plate tonight. He hit the ball well, hit the ball pretty hard. I think he had 2 singles, and both of them were hit well. He found a barrel, and they went into left field. So congratulations to Elijah Long for keeping his composure. That's something I always want to shout out. And you got to find a positive in a lot of different things. So I think we will get some players here before the night's over. So we'll get them on a headset. I don't know if we've got 2 headsets hooked up or not. But if not, they can just use my microphone, and we'll figure out how to do this somehow. So I'll just kind of take my headset off, and I'll let you guys come over here. I'll have to use the microphone like this. But the first one we're going to get is Aiden Fenwick. So Aiden started catching tonight, and he's only done so whenever Justin Jackson was the starting pitcher. But Aiden, after a loss, it's always hard for a guy like me to come up with interview questions at the end of the night after a loss like that. But what I do want to talk to you about is just from a catcher's perspective, you and the pitcher have to work as a battery. You guys have to work together. And so one thing I want to ask you is how did you and Elijah Long kind of communicate throughout the night, especially after 2 big hits from the catcher for the Panthers tonight? Baxter went 2 for 3 with 2 home runs. But that communication and staying composed through all of that. Tell me how that works from a catcher's perspective, working with your pitcher after something like that.
They just came out swinging at the fastball, so we tried to work in outside off speed and try to get him swinging out of his shoes, and then we missed a couple spots and they hit a home run.
Yeah, and another thing too, you're a young guy, young sophomore who, like I mentioned before already, has really only been the starting catcher when Justin Jackson is on the mound, and Justin Jackson is normally the starting catcher when somebody else is. So like I said, going back to that battery idea of you having to work together, what's it like being able to learn from Justin while he's catching, but also while he's pitching?
When he's pitching, he helps me, figures out spots, and then in the dugout, he gives me tips on how to get better, how to block better, how to get my throw downs better.
Yeah, that's good, and it's good to see a lot of young sophomores like you guys. Actually, you guys can't see who's standing here in front of me, but I've got 3 sophomores, and I talk about the youth of this team a lot, so I'll get to interview some new guys as well. So, Aiden, we want to wish you good luck in the tournament play and also the games for the rest of the season. So good job, Aiden. Next, we're going to see Braxton Ingles. So Braxton Ingles tonight was one of the Golden Rockets who had an RBI tonight. So Braxton, I talk about the youth of this team, and the majority of the time when I talk about the youth of this team, I talk about players who last year as a freshman didn't see a lot of varsity playing time, but you did. And you got to play with a lot of the players that are on the varsity team this year, last year as well. And you know, this year's been a couple of firsts, some things that has never been experienced for, I think, for a lot of players. So we're just going to disregard the loss for tonight, and I just want to talk to you specifically about the season as a whole. You know, tournament play is starting to come up. I'm not sure if those have been released yet or not. But the season as a whole, from the beginning of the season to where we are now, tell me about the growth of this team that you see, both in the players that have varsity experience and the players that have had to step up and play roles they've never played before.
Yeah, we started off kind of rough at Myrtle, and then I think we all just started to kind of get together with the experience, just share our knowledge of the game, and just continue to grow.
Talk to me about the pink that we're all wearing tonight, Braxton. I see a lot of guys out there wearing pink. Are we doing that in honor of Mother's Day that's coming up?
A little bit of that, and I just thought it would be a good idea to get some fun, stop worrying about the stats, just play ball and have fun.
Yeah, it's a good time to do so, especially with the absence of two impactful players, to you know, keep fun in the dugout and you know, go out there and still play. I think all in all, really, if you take two really big hits from the Panthers tonight, it's a different ball game. Did a good job. I think the team did a good job of keeping good composure and you know, keeping the train rolling despite some adversity faced early on. So Braxton, just like I said to Aiden, good luck on the rest of the year. Hopefully I get to be on the call for a couple more of them, and the pink looks good on you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And our last player of the night so far, Dalton Barnett here, or as some people like to call him, Bolton Barnett. And by some people I mean me, because he was called Bolton Barnett one time and it stuck with me. But Dalton, you went 2 for 3 tonight, one of the lone Rockets with 2 hits. And, you know, when you look back now, you say, oh, hey, I mean, I went 2 for 3. I don't want to talk about specific stats, but you face a pitcher that went the complete game. So I just want to hear from you. What were you seeing out of his hand?
Fastball was flat. Curveball was pretty good. The off-speed got me a lot. But, you know, if you just jump on the early pitch, you know what's coming, you have a better idea. You would probably find contact, and you just hope it goes somewhere where nobody's at.
Yeah, and something I want to mention to you, too, is whenever Caden Matthews came into play, he took over your job at second base, and the first ball you saw was a rocket that kind of went right at your face. And I talked a little bit about why third base is called the hot corner, and so I want you to share your experience on why the third base is called the hot corner.
So I've always heard the hot corner, never really played the hot corner, but definitely got a feel of the hot corner. Ball came quick, curved. It was just a really good hit, and you just don't know. You gotta see it early, and it was just tough over there.
Yeah, and one thing I think that a lot of people can learn from that, especially infielders, is pre-pitch movement. How vital is pre-pitch movement, especially when you're playing over at third base?
Yeah, that's 100%. That's the biggest thing over there.
Yeah, get your feet moving early and making sure that you're ready from whatever comes at you, because whenever you play third base, you're going to get a couple fireballs hit your way, you know what I mean? So same thing to you, Dalton. Good luck the rest of the year. Can't wait to see what this team accomplishes in the tournament. So rest up. You guys are back at home tomorrow night against Trimble, correct?
Yes, that's true.
So good luck in that game as well, Dalton. Thanks for coming out and for allowing me to interview you. So that'll do it for tonight, folks. Final score, Southeastern 5, Golden Rockets 2. The Golden Rockets will be back at home at Veterans Field against Trimble. So they'll take on Trimble in another non-conference game before tournament play, trying to get as many games in as possible so they can go through certain scenarios and they can make sure they're prepared for the tournament. So again, final time tonight, Southeastern beats the Golden Rockets 5-2. Here at Veterans Field in Wellston, Ohio. You've been watching all night on Total Media Sports. This broadcast brought to you by Total Media, and we're really appreciative of the opportunity for the kids and the students and the athletes to have a platform where they can be seen and supported. So thank you to Total Media. My name is Carter Witt. You've been listening on Total Media Sports all night long. Golden Rockets lose one here at home, 5-2 the final. You guys have a very blessed night, and thank you for listening.